Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and all variations thereof, and welcome back to Shadows of Sorcery. Joining us this evening, at least on time, are our wonderful, intrepid murder investigators. Say hi, intrepid murder investigators.
Hi, intrepid murder investigators.
Of course, as usual today, we are joined by an Ingvarsvan, as played by Lydia.
I'm scared.
You should be. A prodigious Maximus, as played by Elfie.
Hi, I am also here.
And a Darren Moran, as played by Lying.
Hello.
We will be joined by a Zarian. However, Zarian is currently walking back from work. They will be here in a bit.
Their legs are really tiny.
They have really tiny legs. Yes, they are shorter than me. They have really tiny legs. That is a lie, but it is a fun lie, so we will stick with it. Right. So, last we left off. Who wants to give me a recap? Nobody? Nobody? Nobody at all? Am I all alone on this? There! Lydia, you!
No.
You!
Fuck off. No.
You
It's been
spoke!
a month.
I know it's been a month. I know it's been a month.
Nah.
Hold on. Let me give a quick recap then. So, last we left off, our intrepid party of adventurers had boarded the Dawn's Light, a cruise airship that was bound for the city of Necronir, and in the process discovered a gruesome murder. In investigating, our team has uncovered a few different things. A child who is capable of enchanting people in her sleep and forcing them to sleepwalk. A captain who is not, in fact, the captain, but had his memory replaced. And the real captain is, as of yet, nowhere to be seen. A quartermaster who is beastly and also a pacifist, as far as people could tell. And a variety of interesting characters, including but not limited to a elven dominatrix and her dragonborn sub. Two dragonborn subs, I guess, at this point. Yes. So, that is where we left off last time. And now, we are going to slide into Tailspire, and we're going to take a look at what is going to occur next. Are my intrepid adventurers ready?
As will ever be.
As will ever be. Oh, yes. All right. Here we go. So, it is the dawning of the 5th day. Or I should say, it is early morning on the 5th day. I need Darren to roll. No, actually, Darren, what is your passive perception?
See, my passive perception is 11.
11.
Because I don't see heck most of the time.
This is true. Despite your alertness, you are very poor at perceiving. Okay. All right. Would you say you would have spent the night in your and Ingvar's cabin?
Yes, I would.
Okay. Ingvar, what is your passive perception?
Hold on, let me pull up the right window for this. Perception. Passive 13.
13. Okay. It's very early morning when you hear a very quiet knock at the door to your cabin. Now, I'm going to roll for this individual's stealth. Their intention is to wake just one of you. They fail. You awaken as well, Darren. Oh, whoopsie. Now, I'm going to need Elfie and Zarian to deafen themselves.
Okay.
Okay. Ingvar, you hear a whisper from the door as you groggily awaken in this early morning. Someone is whispering your name.
Well, that ain't mildly terrifying at all. He just kind of stares at the door a second and looks over at Darren and goes, Do I open the door?
50-50, we can take whoever it is.
You know what, that's a fair point, and there is Kazuma outside if we need
Yeah,
help.
just swing the door open. I'll be at the foot of my bed, and if it's someone we don't like, I can acid blast right down them.
Good plan.
Okay.
He finally stealths over the door and just opens it.
Standing on the other side of the door is the sallow-faced, young, gaunt fellow that you know assists the cook. There's something odd about him. There's something off. You realize the voice that you're hearing from this figure as they're sort of whispering at the door, they watch as it turns open, as it comes open, they whisper to you, they go, Ingvar, scarcely believed it. This deep, gravelly voice coming from this face that looks far too young for this sort of vocality. You suddenly feel yourself being swept up in a bone-crushing hug.
Yep.
The individual is still about half a foot away from you. But their arms are out as if they are hugging you. I would like you to roll me a perception check, please.
One dice.
Okay.
That's like 22.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You come to the realization, you've seen this figure around the ship before, here and there, doing odds and ends, little bits of pieces of work. You always thought it a little strange. They always seem to duck whenever they're going under a beam, even though their height is a good half a foot shorter than most beams on the ship. And you realize you're seeing an illusion spell, and not a very well made one. This figure has been illusoried to look a lot smaller than they actually are. To the point where the positioning of this figure is kind of off from where their actual body seems to be.
Huh.
And you feel these massive arms envelop you in this hug. You come to the realization that the illusion's hands are just kind of in your chest, like just phasing through your chest. The positioning of this illusion is all wrong for some reason.
Oh, that's mildly concerning.
Darren, you can see this from like where you're standing. What you see kind of is like this figure's arms just plunging into Ingvar's chest, basically.
If I acid breath, I'm gonna hit Ingvar, aren't I?
Probably, yes.
Right.
I mean, the boy can probably tank it.
I mean, that doesn't mean I should let it happen.
Fair, fair.
Okay, I move up and I try to, like, just chuck Ingvar onto the bed off of it, like, away from this guy.
Okay, roll me a contested strength roll.
Yippee!
Well, that bounced.
That is an
2.
18.
That is a 2.
Okay, yeah, you,
That was never gonna be good.
grab Ingvar's shoulder and there is no movement. It's like you're trying to pull Ingvar out of a brick wall, basically. Ingvar, what do you do? You are being hugged, basically, and Darren seems to be pulling on your shoulder really, really hard.
Darren, that kind of hurts a little bit there.
More or less than the hands in your chest.
But they don't seem to be real. Like it's like some form of illusion, really. They're there, but they're not there.
The figure sort of
have a look at it.
You watch as like the figure's illusory face looks down, like towards where the hands would be, kind of, but not quite. It's a little mismatched, and they go, oh, right, and you feel the hug loosen, and you watch as this figure pulls a small bracelet off their arm. And where before stood a maybe 5'9", relatively short being, essentially, there now stands a 8-foot tall half giant. And I mean, you don't know that many like giants, but hold on, yeah, there we go. That's technically correct. You don't know that many giants, but there is one figure in your history, Ingvar, that you are familiar with. And that was one of your old mining crew, a half-giant by the name of Axel, who had operated with you, or hadn't been there for the accident, but had operated in the mines with you for quite a few years. And you see them standing here before you now, looking unkempt, haggard, as if they haven't slept in weeks. They're usually like well-kept mane of like this bluish ice blue hair is matted. They don't smell great. They definitely don't seem to have been taking care of themselves. Their eyes are a little bit bloodshot. But the form of the figure that was standing there before is way too small in comparison.
He blinks for a moment, and then just goes, "Axel, what the hell are you doing here?"
I didn't realize you were on this voyage until I saw you the other day in the cargo hold. Can we talk inside? please.
Of course. And he ushers him in. Darren, this is Axel. He was one of my old colleagues at the mines.
Well, nice to meet you. I've killed someone, and I need your help.
Oh?
I need a way off this vessel before we reach Necronia.
Who
Can
did you
yeah.
kill?
Yeah,
Out of curiosity?
Mr. Hope has been in the dining hall for a few days, as we have seen.
Just so I know
There
for sure,
is-
that is the guy we've been investigating on, right?
Yes, Mr. Hope
Okay,
is
good.
the
Just making
is
sure.
the person who
Yeah.
got murdered. Yes.
Right.
Why did you kill him exactly?
He pulls out a letter. Well, it's less of a letter and more of a couple of pieces of bloody parchment. And the librarian isn't here, so you wouldn't know this. He pulls out a couple of... They look like ledger documents, essentially. And there are a few different entries that he points to that are all marked DF and then a different letter at the end. They're all paid for. There's a couple that have incomplete marked on them that are unpaid. I think the librarian would have told you this. There is a ledger in the locked room, the empty room, that is slightly bloodstained and is missing a few pages, but has a page that has these similar entries of DF with the letter S on the end, with 2 complete entries and 2 incomplete entries. And Axel produces these pages, shows them to you, and you see... you are aware that Axel's last name is Gorath. And you see a couple... There's 2 entries that he points to specifically that say DFG. And he relates a small tale. He talks about Hopewell mining, the accident. And then he tells you something interesting. After the accident, people started leaving, disappearing.
Yeah.
They weren't disappearances. My wife was murdered, assassinated. And you notice that one of the entries, the DFG, has complete next to it, and the other one has incomplete next to it. One of them's paid, one of them isn't.
Wait,
And
are these ledgers for assassinations?
Disposal of family. Disposal of members of the mining force. Yes. Mr. Hope paid for my wife's assassination. And I believe your family's removal as well.
The fuck? But why?
I can only speculate. But it has something to do with the accident, or maybe the people Mr. Hope was connected to. I don't know. I tracked him down after some years. This was where I thought it would be easiest to get rid of evidence. It didn't go to plan. Knocked the captain out. He's, I put him in a coffin. I didn't really know what to do. He saw me leaving the room.
Was that the same coffin? Was it Prod that found the guy in? I know Prod found the
You
coffin
have
with
seen
somebody
multiple coffins on board this vessel.
Drip.
One
Drip.
at the front of the ship was the one we actually managed to
One at
open.
the front of the ship already had a body in it.
Yes, that one was definitely already dead and being preserved.
Yes.
Right.
A bit of an ignominious way to transport someone, but nonetheless.
I mean, how else are you going to transport a coffin, you know? You're not gonna stick it on a bed, are you?
I mean, you might. That's how we hold wakes.
Fair.
Anyway.
Do you remember which coffin it was?
The one in the empty room. I took the documents, put everything in there. I took these for... I needed proof. And this is the proof.
Yeah, that's it. That is definitely some proof. Jesus. Ningval's getting this whole foreboding feeling of the accident not actually being an accident.
Perhaps.
Wait, that means all of us. Shit, I've got to get word to Stefan at some point.
Yes. I'm sorry to ask this of you, but I need to get off this ship before we dock in Necromere. I can't be seen.
Can you not just put on a different disguise?
You've seen how well a disguise works for me, and he gestures to this massive half-giant
I mean,
ball.
speaking as someone who's had to wear disguises a fair bit, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to get you through the gates.
I do not want to enter Necromere. That city is cursed.
Fair. We kinda got that impression ourselves. You are definitely way too big and heavy for me to carry out of this ship.
And if I try to get Kazuma to smuggle him off, somebody's bound to spot the dragon.
Yeah, Kazuma's been kind of a fixture this whole trip. Could we do a bit of a shell game with Kazuma? Could we disguise something else as Kazuma? I don't know that that's in my... Well, actually, I might be.
I will give you this for free. Kazuma would not be able to lift Axel. Axel
Okay.
is
the
Axel
next
is muscle and like just built. It's like Kazuma can just about lift Ingvar and a smaller member of your party. Axel outweighs both easily.
Okay, so we have no means of flight we have no means of flight that will be able to lift him. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say we can't just chuck him over a banister.
Oh, without killing him.
Axel, how durable are you? Could you I'm guessing you can't just tolerate a very long fall, or else you wouldn't be talking to us.
Within acceptable parameters, I can, but it's... I maybe manage 50 feet.
Okay, yeah, that's not gonna work then. We might need to have... Maybe the librarian has an idea on this, maybe Agris has some ideas.
I don't suppose one of the coffins is big enough to fit him in.
Probably not.
No.
They're all like medium person sized.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this might be a job to see if we can
Yeah,
speak to the librarian.
we have a friend, a room over, who is a lot more versed in magic than either of us. Might have a place to put you. I don't know that you'll necessarily enjoy the stay, but it shouldn't be for too long.
Do you trust them? And he's looking to you, Ingvar.
Yes, I would trust these guys with my life.
That's good to know.
All right, very well. Okay, we can bring Zarian and Elfie back. Where's my chat? But Discord, why have you fucked with your layout again? Swear to
Hold
God.
on, I've got it.
Oh, thank you.
There
It's
we
been
go.
87 years.
Yeah, that was a lengthy
Golly.
aside.
I apologize for that, but depending on how this went, you know. Anyway.
Let's go.
Do you guys
Wait.
want me to relay the happenings?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, the murderer has been found.
Yay!
I feel like we might have missed a lot.
So,
The murderer confessed.
the murderer confessed. The murderer is a man named Axel, a old friend of Ingvar's, a half-giant, who murdered Mr. Hope as a form of revenge. Evidence that you actually uncovered earlier, librarian, the ledgers in the empty room with a couple of pages torn out. They are ledgers that detail transactions regarding the removal of certain peoples. The acronyms that you saw in the ledgers, the DFS, stands for Disposal of Family Svan.
Oh.
I thought it was a sofa sale.
I was
And-
about to say.
And
Damn
it
it.
is not a unique acronym. There are multiple similar ones, DFG, DFR, that detail various transactions made to either remove people from the town of Hopewell, or if they were marked as incomplete, for people who left the town of their own volition at some point or other. Ingvar's family is among these casualties, as well as, it seems, Axel Gothar's wife, who is marked as complete on the ledger, on one of the pages that has been torn out.
Oh no.
Axel Gothar is asking for Ingvar's assistance in getting off this ship before it reaches Necronir.
Now the problem is, he's too big and heavy for me or Kazma to lift.
For Kazma,
So-
definitely. For you, don't know.
I have a strength of 10. He is definitely too heavy for me to lift.
What about all those
Probably.
muscles you got from going to the Draconic Gym?
They're just for
What
show.
happened to your swole gains, bro?
You got sad.
So Arcus, do you happen to have anything involving teleportation or
Sorry,
extra-dimensional space in a
are we
stretch?
genuinely letting this guy go after he murdered someone?
It's
Why are we
That's
doing
a
that?
good reason.
Wait, what?
You say that like we haven't killed scores of people. Sometimes not even on purpose.
That was
That's a
one
good point,
time.
actually. Okay. But he murdered Mr. Hope because Mr. Hope was gonna murdered his wife?
No, murdered Ingvar's wife, but also murdered his whole family.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, we on board now?
Okay, you know what? Yeah, fuck that guy.
I mean, we've been on board the whole time, I thought.
I mean, Mr. Hope has apparently killed a lot of people.
You know what? Yeah.
Or
Why are
rather,
we not-
he's had a lot of people killed.
But it's
Are you
still
not,
on
like,
his hands.
a wee bit wrecked anymore that you just found the killer of someone you love?
Yeah, you doing okay? Bro, that was a lot to hear on, like, not a full night's of sleep.
Ingvar's brain's just kind of melting a little bit. You could just see the steam just coming out of the ears.
Oh, okay.
mean,
I
we
don't
can throw his-
really...
The
We're gonna
side,
process that. Yeah.
clean everything, and then when we get to Necronir, we just pretend like none of this happened.
There's a lot of people on this ship that know something weird's going on, though,
And
and
we've
a few
solved
that
a
know
lot of their
explicitly that there is murder.
problems.
An Axel
Do
doesn't want
I-
to go over Necronir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I already asked, we can't just throw him over a banister because he can only survive about 50 feet. Which is a fair bit, but not enough from this altitude.
Is he in the
I
room with
mean-
us right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he's kind of standing off to the side of the room, like he's like just by the wardrobe, kind of leaning against it. As you guys are talking, he doesn't appear the most comfortable.
It's
But
very cramped in here, but yeah.
yeah, it is very cramped for 5 people. Yeah.
Dimension door him to the ground, because it's about, what, a 500-foot range? 300 foot? Let me check.
Okay, so the Dawn's Light's altitude from a few of the like indicators and readouts around the ship, you guys know it is flying at about 1,200 feet.
Someone go convince the pilot to lower it for some sightseeing or some shit.
If we can't just
God.
teleport him off the ship,
It
Arcus,
might also be best for us to approach Necronir on foot from only like 20 or so miles away, just because I have the feeling that people, you know that people want it, like a lot of people want us dead. So I just feel like showing up on a very bougie ship.
Counterpoint, if we all leave, they will 100% think we murdered those people.
yeah.
additional
so-
counterpoint, it's a lot easier to defend ourselves in a crowd than it is in the wilderness.
I
Yeah.
will remind you of something really quickly, librarian. Among the documents of among the ledgers and documents, something that Axel probably wouldn't have noticed because it's not something that they've been investigating, but you definitely did, is that Mr. Hope was coming to Necronir because he was summoned by the Carnifex Syndicate.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Alright.
Yeah, maybe let's approach on foot, please. We get the pilot to lower us down. We're all good. We're all friends. We're all having a lovely time. We saved the captain from madness or something.
Brainwashing, but yeah.
Wasn't the
We
captain. but sure.
reunite.
It was
The
recast.
non-captain was reunited with his wife. We
I
get.
was also reunited with
hearing
herself.
this, Axel is like, "You did what?"
Don't worry about it. We're talking. Believe me, you are far from the weirdest thing on this ship. Arcus, do you have extra-dimensional space kind of spells?
I mean, kind of, as long as it isn't a person. Like, I can kind of drop shit off at the library, but that's about it.
Yeah, that was kind of my next thought, was if we can't teleport, we can smuggle via the library. I don't know how much you want to put people in there, though.
I can teleport a dimension door anywhere within 500 feet, so as soon as we land, I could be out of this ship.
I mean, we could
else.
just go to like 500 feet above the ground and TP down.
Yeah. I mean, if it's moving, it will pretty much instantly move out of range, though, is the thing. So we would need it a bit lower than 500 feet if we're thinking about the maths of it.
Damn right, yes, the mathematical calculations and formula.
Look, teleporting on a moving vehicle is not easy.
No. It's like trying to hit a
Now,
bullet
saying
with a
that,
smaller bullet
do I have any
whilst
attunement
riding
to a
horse.
teleportation circle? I don't think so, right? I don't think I'm attuned to any known teleportation circle, am I?
You do not know of any current existing teleportation circle. Teleportation circles are, as I said when we first broached this subject, very difficult to construct. And
I mean, I know about two, but I was just wondering if I'm authorized for either
about
of
the
them.
existence of one in Fernholm, and you know about the existence of one in Matina, and you know that there might have been one in Necronir at one point. However, access to these sorts of magics is heavily restricted. Oh, and
Do I
you
need
broke
to
the one in
touch the
Fernholm,
circle?
So.
Yeah, I think I broke the one in Fairholm, didn't I? The Blackwoods one?
Yep, you did.
Yep.
Yeah, that's big.
Well,
Also, it's in the basement of the Carnifex Syndicate, so... no.
it's the basement of the Carnifex Syndicate, but like... Who's gonna guess that someone goes in there that way and just gets out, you know?
There were supposed to be guards the first time we were there, we just got lucky.
Oh, okay.
Right, so our best bet then, it sounds like, is get the ship to a lower altitude and warp ourselves off.
Yeah, I mean, or you could just... Wait, doesn't someone have invisibility? I feel like someone has invisibility.
I do, but not for anybody else.
Oh. That's a weird invisibility spell.
I think it's not for anybody else. A creature you touch becomes invisible for up to 1 hour. Okay,
Yeah,
I
you can use it on anyone.
Yeah, I could cast it on somebody else.
I mean, either
For
that
an
or make them a
hour.
parachute.
I mean, I've got Pass Without Trace,
Wait.
but I think that's a little bit different than invisibility.
We have Slowfall.
No.
Not on my end.
Like, we've got access to plenty of blankets. We could theoretically make a very shoddy parachute. Also,
I mean, I could make the magic one.
I'm going to make an insight check on Prod.
Prod
Don't-
is muted.
Yeah,
Okay,
20.
What are you seeing, my love?
What are you
I don't
trying
know,
to
that's why
insight
I'm-
on Prod?
Same thing I was trying to insight the last time. Like, is there something about Prod that I haven't missed? Is Prod hiding something from me?
Prod? Are you
I mean,
hiding
probably.
something
He's
from
an
me?
actor.
I mean, with it, I will need you to... Okay, roll me persuasion or deception, Prod. Don't tell me which. Just roll it.
1 second. I need to get my character sheet up. I'm so sorry. Load!
Yeah, it does take a minute.
Boom. And I get that with advantage because I got the actor feat.
Mm-hmm.
Got the feat of an actor. 18!
18. That does not beat a 20. What does Darren insight? At the moment, anyway.
Prod?
Like, what is Prod
not
thinking about this entire situation? It's like...
He was... Honestly, he's not really thinking about what's going on here. He's like, oh, we caught the murderer. All right, then. He really wants a drink.
Yeah, Prod looks a little distracted.
He wants a drink. He's... He cares about Ingvar and the fact that Ingvar seems to be processing something. But he's a bit out of his depth. When you mention the parachute, he gets a bit excited because he remembered he once sewed the costumes for a play. They weren't very good, but he does know how to sew stuff. He's just looking at his sword.
He's just like... He's sitting on the edge of the bed. He's just sword across his lap, just a little bit vacant-eyed, not really listening to the conversation. That's what you insight.
I'm gonna circle back to that later. Okay, so our options then are invisibility and makeshift parachute, or somehow convince the pilot in a non-suspicious way to descend to 500 feet before arriving at Necronym, and then teleport off.
Honestly, I like the parachute option.
We could say that it's a burial for the fucking guy who died. It's like polite when you die in the air, you have to get buried or something.
You're rigging a burial at sea, and I don't think dropping someone out of an airship constitutes a burial.
Why? Why not? It's a burial. We're in a ship. We need to bury him at sea, but obviously, chucking him so many feet out of an aircraft onto potentially a person is really dangerous, so we'll have to lower the height of the aircraft.
I don't know, I watched Alien the other day when they heated the body up the airlock.
I suppose, worst case scenario, we could just pretend to be idiots. That
Somebody
probably won't
roll
be too
me a
difficult
history check real quick.
I want to roll the history check.
You may roll the history check.
Okay.
Yeah, probably got a better history than I have.
I'm a +6, but I don't have like
22.
22.
I'm like a +1.
You are somewhat familiar with the funereal rites of airship pilots, Arcus. You also know of a small flock of creatures that are you've seen before, actually, in your traversal from Velostov to Metina. These crystal starlings, these sort of strange, like, glistening shard-like birds that are definitely carnivores, and also kind of scavengers. And some airship pilots and general, like, flying vessel pilots believe that the best way to dispose of a corpse, of funereal rites for another pilot, is to essentially attach a small raft to the back of the ship that has a small flying enchantment device on it. Put the body on it, shrouded, and then let it out past a good 200 feet behind the ship, so that these crystal starlings can feast, as it were. It's the easiest way to dispose of a body, and also the idea that by shall we say, disassembling the earthly form, the soul will return to the sky.
How poetic.
So what you're saying is there's a small dinghy for this purpose on this airship, potentially, that we could just fucking jet off in?
Yes. Well, there is a small dinghy. You all know this. It's kept at the front of the ship. It could be used for that purpose, but it is just generally speaking a lifeboat.
Taking a lifeboat would probably solve a lot of these problems.
We're gonna just steal the lifeboat. Let's steal the lifeboat, okay?
That is the simplest option here, isn't it? Yeah.
It's the simplest option. We will do it in the dead of night. We'll be fine.
Also, I think it might, like... So either this guy is gonna go in the lifeboat and we say goodbye. But should we also go in the lifeboat again?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
That's alright, Prod.
Everyone goes in the lifeboat.
Can we
Lifeboat
leave a note
05?
saying that we're innocent?
Very trustworthy.
Yeah, sure, why not?
We're innocent and extremely trustworthy.
Innocent, trustworthy, that's why we need the lifeboat, clearly.
Does anyone have any memory spells so we can make everyone sort of
Doesn't seem very ethical.
I have fireball.
No!
I mean, that
no.
would work.
We're not using fireball on a wooden ship.
I mean, there's no memories
not
to
bored?
forget if there isn't any more brains to remember.
Yes, no witnesses or no living witnesses, we know.
Can I pick up the librarian from, like, the back of
There's-
his cloak and just hold him a couple of feet above the ground?
What, like a cat?
Yeah. No
There
fireball!
are-
I mean, he's
there
not
are a lot of
exactly
people
heavy.
on this ship with memory issues. Maybe we could persuade one of them. I don't want to say gaslight, but we might have to gaslight one of them into thinking that there was no murder or whatnots, and the crew complement was smaller or something.
Does that mean we have to clean up that fucking geezer's room?
Possibly.
Oh,
Or we could
right.
let that be for what customs and whatever.
Well,
to
I'm
deal
glad I
with.
had this outfit. And, like, Prod pulls out, like, a little French-made outfit.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
Sure.
just gonna start writing a note.
What
And the
species
note is
was
going to
Hope?
say something along the lines of, "So sorry we had to take the dinghy. Family emergency came up."
Oh, yeah.
That's not necessarily wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, was Hope human? I can't remember.
Hope was a human, yes. I will say, the way he was murdered was extremely vicious.
Good.
Anybody
But
got
his eyes were gouged
prestidigitation, or
out
however you
after
pronounce
the
it?
fact.
anyone got the cleanup spell?
Dunno. Can I go into the room and just start cleaning that shit up?
It is
Soap and
currently
water at 5th level.
Yeah, we can
The
get the
room
door
is
open.
currently locked. However, when you guys start mentioning cleanup, Axel says, I do have this, and he produces a master key.
Ah,
I'll
lovely.
do it.
Ah, nice.
And he says, this used to belong to the captain, but he's probably awake now.
Hey, Axel.
Yes?
He's awake. What do you
Why
mean he's
did
awake?
you gouge their eyes out after the fact?
What do you mean?
Oh, God.
Their eyes were gone after the fact. And what's up with the Shadow Soldiers? Do you know about them?
The what?
Okay,
that
so
may be
there's two
from
killers
more-
on this fucking
I
ship.
want to say
why?
there's two murderers.
Ship is fucking cursed.
He was dead when I left. I'm sure of that. I would, and then he looks around and goes, he goes, oh, right. But anymore, I threw it overboard. And he sort of, he pulls out a piece of paper and he sketches out what looks like a blade that is designed in similarity to a set of Wolverine claws, which would, in theory, leave the slash marks that you saw across Mr. Hope's chest.
Okay.
And did you then nail him to the wall afterwards as well?
No, he was on the floor.
Okay, there's
So-
some bullshit happening here.
So you killed him, and then somebody's gone in.
Someone did a blood ritual.
Okay,
Okay.
also, my dude, my G. What do you mean he's probably woken up by now, the captain?
He got stuffed into a coffin.
Yes, I put him in a coffin, and then I put a cursed amulet on him so that he'd forget. But he's probably awake now.
Is the coffin in the back of the ship?
The coffin is in the empty room.
Oh, that coffin.
That coffin. Okay.
We just hear muffled screaming, or is it?
And one last question. Did you put anything in the empty room to guard him?
No. Why? The amulet puts you to sleep and makes you forget. Why would...
Okay. Well, there's some other geezers in that room as well.
I didn't see anyone. When I was in there, at least.
Well,
Do you mean someone saw me?
No, I don't think that happened.
no.
But they certainly found the body first.
We did an investigate, and the thing... Well, Arcus sent a little bug in there. And it got squished by someone inside.
There's also 2 arcane constructs of some sort that have combat capabilities, so it would be a fight if we opened that door, but I think we should regardless.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'll take the maid dress off.
They're going to go to war in a maid dress.
I was
for this whole time and they've been in a fucking maid dress.
They
well,
said
when we had to do the
Yeah.
cleanup, when we were talking about cleaning up the room, I just have it in case of roleplay, and I don't even mean the sexy stuff. I just find it.
Did
fun.
you just change in front of us, or did you say,
Yeah.
"Give me 5 minutes"?
Yeah, that
Back to
actually
the
happened.
fucking room,
It's
and then come in the
magnetic.
French maid dress.
It's
rip
magnetic.
off.
Yeah.
Tear off French maid dress. Okay.
magnetizes to Prod's armor, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
All right. Should we fight the guy? Make sure we lock everyone else in their rooms first, and then fight whatever's in that room.
Definitely isolate the number
it's
of
about
people who
6
could come
a.m.
across
at
us.
this point. Most people aren't awake yet.
Okay.
Oh, there's about to be a lot of noise.
Can we move furniture in front of everybody's doors so everybody is blocked into their rooms, please?
Ah,
Doors
we have
do
a
open
master
out.
key.
Oh, those doors open inward,
I
don't
will
they?
say, you are still in that 2 action per day economy.
Oh no.
Okay.
Unless
Well, I
you
think
enter
fighting-
combat, in which case you will be able to do other things, but,
Okay. Well, going into that room seems like the most important thing to do right now.
Mhm.
Only if we want to secure the captain.
Only if we want to secure the captain and potentially pin the murder blame onto very conveniently placed shadow constructs.
Fair point. But we would need the shadow constructs alive, so to speak.
We just need to
Not
say that they were
necessarily.
magical. There's multiple different mages on here that can vouch for the fact that they're magical.
Bada bing, bada boom.
you've got at least one mage history professor as well.
I'm fairly certain it will be very easy to hand wave it as the Carnifect wanted to assassinate this person.
Yeah, assuming the Carnifex aren't in cahoots with the local police force at all. Which we know they have been.
I mean, that's just a presumption of who killed them. It could be anyone, right? We just need to say it was these things.
I believe there's only one bathroom on this ship. Sorry.
Well, there's only one
You
bathroom
know,
on
shit
most, on most aircraft and such.
There's at least 4 on an airplane.
What kind of
Just on the big ones.
Okay. Is it just probably me that are opening this door, or...?
I'm there.
We've got the master key, so it's not going to be exactly opening the
Been
door.
talking to them
itself
the whole
won't be the
time.
Challenge.
I mean, I
No,
would
it's
assume
what
so. You
it's
just
what
haven't
happens
moved
after
your
you.
mini. So.
I can't move my mini right now. I've not been given
Yes, you
control
can.
of it for some reason. Oh, there we go. Now I can. Where am
Come
I?
over here. Come on.
Where am I?
Come on.
Eh.
We're gonna go fight the bad guys. I'll be in front. I'm a tank.
Can I go on the other side so I have line of sight? Where am I?
Sure.
That's Ingvar, I think. Here I am. I'm here. I have line of sight.
All right. Who wants to open the door? You have the master key.
I'll open it. I'm in front.
Okay. You open the door to an empty room.
Oh, bugger.
Wait, no, this thing had some perception magic on it, remember?
You do see the half globe that is affixed into the ceiling that's pulsing gently. You do notice that the coffin is rattling as someone's hanging on the lid from the inside. There is no one else in here.
I go in, fully exposed, and open the coffin.
I'm coming in quietly behind.
I'm looking in from behind.
Two of you that have... Actually, no. Yeah, no, you wouldn't... Yeah, never mind. You open the coffin. I can actually do that. It's got another coffin inside it.
What?
Oh my god, double coffin!
Double coffin. Inside...
Amazing.
What does it mean?
Banging on the lid, as you wrench the lid open, there's like a couple of latches and bolts on the side. You wrench the lid open, and inside is the captain, looking disheveled, wild-eyed, and very... He looks very hungry.
Oh.
He's been in here for a couple of days.
Oh, poor thing.
And he looks up and goes, What the hell happened? Why am I...
It's an extremely long story, sir. We need to get you out of this room first.
Yes, thank you.
Go downstairs, get some food, check on your staff.
Yes. And he sort of grabs your hand, climbs out of the coffin. You notice, swinging around his neck is an amulet. I will say, as you, Darren, and you, Arcus, are looking into this room, you realize that you can't see any magic in here.
Not even fuzzy magic at all?
I cast Eldritch Blast.
Not
or
even
attempt to
fuzzy,
cast Eldritch Blast.
Not even fuzzy magic at all. The amulet around that's like swinging around the captain's neck, which you know from Axel is a magical object, is displaying absolutely no magic at all.
Does anyone have like a
So
hammer?
can I just have a quick look at that amulet?
Let's get him out the room first.
No. Let me grab the amulet before he leaves the room.
The captain looks down at the amulet, goes, What? I don't remember. He takes it off, goes, Sure, it's not mine.
Grand. We'll be taking a close look at that. That is related to the situation you currently find yourself in.
Right.
Please step out of here.
Okay. The captain
just in case it turned back on when he left.
The captain steps out and walks up to main deck. He looks very confused and a little malnourished at this point.
Okay. I'm not seeing any magic on this thing.
Yeah, I think it's that thing
anywhere
in
in
the
this room.
Can I make a check with my Tinkerer's tools to disassemble this thing or turn it off in some way?
The globe in the ceiling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A magic boob!
Roll me
magic
an intelligence check and add your Tinkerer's tools to it.
It's a proficiency. Tools check. Let me just do it on Roll20 since it doesn't have the capability in the sheet, so I need to look up what that actually is. Sorry. I think it's plus 16, but I want to double check before I roll. Yes, it is plus 16.
Roll it.
Put in Intel. $18 plus 16. Oh, no, sorry, 15 plus 16, so it's 31?
It's in the 30s. Prod sort of stands underneath you, hoists you up. You start tinkering. You twist this globe, and it comes out of a socket in the ceiling. That's sort of like a light bulb kind of thing. You pull it out. You look inside. There's a couple of pieces of clockwork that are slowly winding down. And there is a small sort of spinning, kind of like a tiny centrifuge, very slow, tiny centrifuge, that it has this little glowing, deep, bluish crystal. And you recognize this. It's a much weaker version, but this crystal is similar to what is inside the magic dampening orb that you have. The anti-magic orb that you have. It's a lot weaker, this one. But it seems to be of that similar origin. This one doesn't seem to be complete magic blocking, it just seems to dampen magic in the surrounding area.
Oh, okay. Is there any way for me to pick this up that I know of where I could like put it in something that blocks the signal? Or...
I mean, you could turn it off.
Oh yeah, I'll turn it off.
You can tell that you could turn it off. Okay, sure. Everybody, roll me initiative.
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah, balls.
That was going eventually.
As the magic dampening field essentially dissipates, I will say, because of your alert feat, you can't be surprised, lying. So you're the first one to spot them. Two shimmering bits of illusion magic, invisibility spells, that are currently settled. It seems like a form of greater invisibility, as a matter of fact, over two creatures in the room. The moment that the magic dampening globe deactivates, these two creatures immediately come to life, in that they are magical constructs to a certain degree, and were being kept sleepy by the magic dampening device. So yeah, if everybody could quickly roll me initiative, and we shall. Oh, that's the wrong symbiote. That's the wrong symbiote. There we go.
I'll simp on your bio till you're oat.
Okay.
Also, I should be in the room, shouldn't I, if I'm under the light?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, let's see.
In the second thing.
Not the squishy one.
Don't worry, I'm right where I need to be.
Do not fireball.
Do
not
not
fireball.
Fireball.
Fireball, twin spell ring, fireball again.
Okay, if everybody could just give me a quick roll of initiative. 25 to 20, please.
22. Oh, nice. We both got
Both.
22.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Who has the higher dexterity score, or do you want to roll this?
I have 14.
I also have 14.
Rollies
Oh,
it
for God's sake.
is.
Roll
Rollies,
me
okay.
a couple of d20s.
Nat 20.
11.
Of course I get a nat 20 on
Two
rolling.
20s in a row.
Okay.
For quantum dice bullshit.
20 to 15.
19.
19. Okay. 15 to 10. 10 to 5. 5 to 0.
No, that's everyone.
What did you roll, Elfie?
I said 10!
Oh, 10.
Oh.
Okay.
We didn't hear you.
Yeah, it
Oh.
did not come through on your microphone.
Apologies.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Okay. Right. And now I'm going to quickly roll for my little monsters here.
Alright, Lady Gaga.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Do. There we go. Come, let me pick up the. Nice. That's an 11. And an 18. Okay. Okay, so, these are constructs. Let's see how you fare. Lying, you're going first. You can see them. They are currently invisible, but you can see them. So you don't get the disadvantage that would otherwise apply.
I'm going to acid breath them. I believe there's an angle here where I don't hit prod or
There
objects.
is.
Is it in the 4th dimension?
I will need you to roll me a dexterity check to get that angle, shall we say?
I mean, it's just to the left of me. That should be fine. On that 20 for a third time. No, that's more like it. 9.
You can either get one of them and not hit prod, or get both of them and hit prod.
You can hit me, it's fine.
If you're sure, this might mess up your cape. But okay,
Cape! I gasp as you bleh.
Okay, I lean back a moment, I clench the right muscles that I've only used once successfully, and I will let out a gout of acid splash directly over these guys. And
Okay. Sure. Okay. Roll me damage. Or is it dex saving throws first?
there is a dex saving throw of 13 for half damage.
13 for half damage. Okay, that's a fail. And that's a fail.
And that's
Rod, roll me.
an 18.
That's fine.
That's a
Okay,
success.
you only take
Fair
half
enough.
of this damage.
Okay.
Yep. Ooh, good rolls. That is 17.
points of
So,
damage.
Prod, you take 8.
8 damage. Very sexy.
Okay.
And it should be very obvious where they are now.
These both take 17 points of acid damage, which seems to do a decent amount, but not as much as you might expect.
So can we see where they are now because they're covered in lines
yes.
on it?
Yes, the acid outlines them quite clearly.
Yay, vomit!
How pleasant.
It works.
I guess.
Use what your maker gave you.
Yep.
Okay, next up, unless you have a bonus action line, is Zarian.
I will bonus action to cast my Mage Hand.
Okay.
Actually, no, but the Mage Hand is one action, not a bonus action. Heck. I will bonus action Hex the one closest to you.
Alright. The one closest to you, you said?
Yes.
I shall mark that with the base color. There we go. Okay. Alright. Next up is Zarian.
I'm gonna cast Inflict Wounds at 5th level.
5th level. Okay.
So that isn't on hit, so let me just roll that. We're plus 10. That is a 24 to hit.
If that doesn't, we're screwed.
That does hit.
Yay! Okay, now I need to do 3d10 plus, because it doesn't do automatically, I need to count, which is horrendous. One sec.
Oh no, math.
2, 3, 4. Okay, so another 3d10. Then I want to apply my lightning damage thing I can do once a day, which is, I think, 3d6.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, 4d6. Ooh, that's a big bundle of dice.
That is a big bundle of dice, yeah.
Anyway, say your fucking prayers.
Holy shit. Which one are you targeting?
59. The one that's closest to me because I can't target
Okay.
anything out of 5 feet unless I use meta magic.
Okay. Alright, so that's minus 59 points of health. Holy shit, okay.
How's that one looking?
It's robed, but it looks a little singed. Its eyes flash this deep, like, golden yellow. And you can see below, like, the like, cowl, as you're looking at it, this, like, sort of like a carapace texture that goes up around its eyes, but it's also like there's flesh under there as well. It's a little weird.
Not anymore. Also, for my bonus action, I would like to cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay, you cast Sanctuary on yourself. Lydia, you're up.
Oh, wow. I'm just looking. Because I'm looking at Cordon of Arrows, but this is any creature but you. So that would also hit my allies, wouldn't it?
Yes. Depending on how big the range is, yes.
Well, it's 30 feet, so it's like...
Yeah, it would hit most of the ship.
Right.
Elfie instinctively rolling a dex save.
No. It was just, I was trying to clean up my dice. Trying to clean up my
Just
dice.
put them in the pit with my die.
Well, the problem with Ingvar right now is he's stuck outside, and I don't think there's any room to fit him inside the room. Kind of
But
crowded in there.
you can see them from the outside of the room. Just about. but it is a bit of a tight squeeze. So.
I mean, we do have sharpshooter as a skill.
Yep.
Have I got any inventory? I have lightning arrows left. I can just about see one from here. I think. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you can see both of them from there. It's just a matter of, like, angling yourself around your companions.
Yeah, because if I shoot from here, that's going to go straight through. Go straight through Darren. Walls. What have I got in this pile of crap that I could throw? I don't suppose throwing a loaf of bread would help.
I mean, you can do whatever you want, Lydia. You can do whatever you want.
No. I shall save my precious loaf for another time.
It is a very good loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Do you actually have a loaf of bread?
I have a loaf of mildly licked bread left.
Ingvar has had a lot of loaves of bread in their time.
Yeah. Running gag.
There's my loaf. Yeah. He's kind of a wee bit stuck here, because Darren's in the way of both targets. So he's probably going to call upon the Chasma. Just call the dragon into action. For this round.
Okay, sure. In that case, roll me... Well, no, he'll take initiative directly after you, so...
Yeah.
Okay. Dragon... Oh, come on, give me a dragon.
I mean, he's right there.
Yeah, I know. I need a stat block for him. I'll just do a custom one for now. Okay, so he goes directly after you, so his AC... that's... Yep, okay. Just gonna adjust this real quick. There we go. Right. Asma is turned. It is Asma's turns. There we go. Yes.
Well, first I'm going to use my bonus action and use Hunter's Mark on the nearest one.
Yeah, so that one is hexed and Hunter's Marked. Got it.
That's poor bugger.
The other one just took 59 damage. This guy can have a little suffer.
Fair. Oh, why have you logged me out?
Elsewhere?
Imagine he has 60 HP.
I've been knocked out of roll
You can
20.
certainly imagine that if you want.
Yeah, and it's probably closer to 100 and something.
Maybe.
There we go. Right. So I'm guessing it's Kazma's turn then? Well, I haven't got a battle thing on the thing, so...
Yeah, it's Kazma's turn.
I think Kazma kind of doing much because he's stuck outside as well. If I was to use Infused Strikes, that would still hit Darren, wouldn't it?
Yes.
God, death. So, balls. Considering neither of us can do much of anything, because Kazma's too big to squeeze in there. He's just gonna sit and wait by the door, I guess.
Okay. All right.
What do?
Time for my pretties to do their work.
Oh shit.
The first one, the one that has been hexed, and the hex gives disadvantage on something, right, Lang?
Yes. I will make a dexterity.
Okay. The hexed one is going to roll to attack you, Lang. That is a 15 to hit.
My AC is 17.
Your AC is 17. And it's going to use its secondary attack to also attack you.
That tends to be how things go.
That is a 17 to hit.
Beats it.
Okay. You are going to take...
Don't like that you slightly stab it on that.
28 points of slashing damage
Bloody hell.
as it unsheathes a massive pair of long claws from its fingers and slashes towards you. It doesn't make a sound. Well, it does make a sound. It makes this weird sound as it sort of slashes towards you, this insectoid chittering sound. You will also take...
There's more.
11 points of poison damage as you see these claws are dripping with this greenish substance.
Why don't we just put a bomb in there?
I'm going to use my reaction to halve that first bit of damage.
Okay, so yeah, you halve.
I take 14 from
take
that first
14
bit.
points of damage, yes.
And then 11 from the poison.
And then 11 from the poison, yes.
Okay.
That is its turn. Now, it's its friend, because it comes right afterwards. And its friend is going to lunge for you, Librarian. It's 14 to hit.
Okay. Let me just remember what sanctuary does. You need to make a wisdom saving throw first before you try and attack me.
Saving throw, okay. That is a 19 natural.
My save DC is an 18. It hits.
It hits. Okay. It is going to do 24 points of piercing damage as it goes for a full thrust, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. 1 second. Into the depths with ye. 6. Curse ye from the depths.
Your strength score is reduced by 2.
Oh no.
And you take a further 8 points of poison damage.
Oh boy.
Prod, you're up.
Hello. I am going to use my bonus action to Shield of Faith on Librarian for a +2.
Mm-hmm. Have +2 to help to AC Librarian.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna go. That was rude. And I'm gonna hit the one that. Can I just background detect good and evil? Are these guys demonic or undead?
There is definitely a sense of undead around them.
Okay, fantastic. That means I'm going to Divine Smite. That motherfucker with the Blades of Dramatis.
Okay.
Question: I have 2 blades, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to Divine Smite in one attack,
Yeah.
would both blades have Divine Smite attached to them?
What do you mean?
So, so Divine Smite is, oh god, no, it's like a +2d. It's a +1d8 for every spell slot higher than first. No, wait, no, it's 2d8.
Oh.
So would that be 2d8 times 2 or 2d8 times 1 for both blades?
Essentially what you're asking is, does the Divine Smite apply to the attack action or to the actual attack, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Divine Smite applies to the attack action. So because the Blades of Dramatis give you 2 attacks per attack action, you would apply Divine Smite to both.
So both get a 2d8 of Divine Smite?
Yes.
Whoa,
For one
fuck
pump
me.
of Divine Smite. Yeah.
That's more smite per smite.
That's
That
more
is
smite per smite. So to hit, that would be a 29.
That does hit.
Yeah, and a 19.
That does not hit.
Okay. And that would be this amount of damage, which is 19 plus my Divine Smite, which is press space to open menus. 2d8. Hoocha! Which is 10, so that would be 29 damage. And then I'm going to use my extra attack, so I'm going to do the exact same thing again. I have...
How much of all that is radiant damage?
The Divine would be radiant damage, I believe. Hang on, let me just check if the Blades of Dramatis are radiant.
They do have a +5 radiant damage per split slash, or +10 per fused slash.
God, the writing's really tiny and I'm really blind.
I just
So they
say
have a +5 for split?
So the split damage that they do is 3d6 slashing +5 radiant.
Okay, so that's 5 radiant plus 10 radiant because Divine's radiant damage, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's 15 radiant
15 radiant. So
on that hit.
okay, so yeah.
And the non-radiant damage would be 14 radiant damage, if you wanted the maths.
Yes, that is. Thank you.
Okay, and then I'm gonna do it again!
Okay, do it again.
I'm gonna do it again.
That's a miss.
18, that's a miss. Come on, baby! 25.
That's a hit.
Yeah! So it'd be this. So that's 18. Plus... Whatcha! I'm so sorry, I'm polluting the... 6! So that would
okay.
be 11 radiant damage and 13 non-radiant damage.
Okay. You pull out both swords, you slice and it jumps back. You stab forward and it gets skewered on your sword. You watch this sort of like plasma-like pus drip out of the wound that you leave behind, and your sword flashes with this bright, radiant light, and it sears, and you hear this hissing sound as this creature titters madly at you. You slash again. It grabs your sword with its claw, but it can't stop the other sword coming back in and slashing across its front. The radiant damage seems to be doing a lot.
Okay. I must have a divine something or another that would make this worse for them, right?
Maybe.
I
Almost
do.
definitely.
But I used my bonus action, so that's fine.
Okay. Next up, flying.
If something says it costs an action, can I use my movement action for that?
No.
Okay.
Unless it's movement, that's the only thing you can use your movement for, is moving. That's kind of what it's there for.
Fair. Okay. I don't have anything that does holy damage. So I'm just gonna stab at the one that has the hex on it with my dagger.
Okie dokie.
I'm guessing I'm not in a position to get advantage on this.
You're attacking the one that is closest to you, right, Prod?
No, I'm attacking
the one closest to the door or furthest from it?
I attacked the one furthest from the door.
Okay, then
I'm
no,
attacking
you
the
are
one
not
that's
in a position for advantage.
Okay.
If Prod was focusing on the hexed one, then yes, but no.
Right. Yeah,
Otherwise,
that was my question. Okay. Here. Direct shot. 20 total.
20 total. Okay. That does not hit.
Heck. Okay. I don't think I have anything else of use. No, I got nothing else, so I will simply wait for the time being, I guess.
You want to maybe move around a little bit so that Ingvar can hit?
I could, but the only place I could really move to where he'd be able to get, like, into the room away from this target, which would mean I would need to disengage.
No, you can go to here.
Oh, well, if that's enough.
Yeah, that's definitely enough. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any other spells, so that is the end of my turn.
Okay. Librarian, Arcus, you're up.
Yeah. I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast on the one that just tried to murder me.
Eldritch Blast.
Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Blast my ass!
I'm casting 3 of the fuckers. So they got 3 beams now at level 11. Teehee.
Okay. Roll me attacks.
First blast. 11.
That does not hit.
Second blast.
Point blank range, still miss horribly.
14.
That does not
Point
hit.
blank range and he missed twice.
Third blast.
That does
Are
not
you
hit.
fucking kidding me?
In your hands, you hold a crystal of magic dampening, and with your other, you hold your hand out and you try so hard, and nothing comes out, and you're like, why? It's a bad day, you know. You're not having a great day.
One of those days, everybody sucks.
Do you have a bonus action you want to do?
No, I should, however, roll a wisdom save throw because I got hit last time and I was concentrating on Sanctuary. Oh, no, Sanctuary would have ended because I just attacked. I will recast Sanctuary.
Okay. You recast
Sanctuary. Like small pebbles out of your pillow for it.
Yep.
Okay. Ingvar, you're up.
I can do something. Lordy. He's gonna take aim at the one that's left. Well, now poison's different from acid, so he's going to just attempt to hit him with a lightning arrow.
Yeah, okay. I kind of get the logic.
Either that
Roll
or
me an attack.
Well, to be fair, lightning's what I've got most left of. Why does he always pick the wrong one? But that's a 28.
That'll hit. That'll definitely.
Nice. I can't remember. Do I roll twice for the Dublin bow, or is it just the once?
It's
twice, I think, isn't it?
It's twice.
That just bounced. That's 20.
That will
Why
also
is it
hit.
Kaz?
Because
That's
you clicked on
26.
Kaz. Actually, I don't know. I don't know why it's Kaz. Huh. Weird.
Anyway, so for the first arrow, that's 2d6 plus 1d8, which is 15. And then, oh, I don't want 3d6. Good lord, there's dice everywhere. And that's 17.
Okay.
So that is 32 altogether.
Lovely. Are you going to take your second attack?
Oh yes, forgot about that. So yeet. 24.
24
first
will
arrow.
just hit.
The second one's not gonna hit.
No, that will not.
I'm on a d4, so I only need one lot this time. What the fuck? That's 8.
Okay. Alright. Next up, Kazuma, unless you have a bonus action.
Nah, because the bonus action was the whole Hunter's Mark thing.
Alright. What does Kazuma do?
Kazuma does a squeezle. Just to squeeze his ass in here. You can just about fit in the door for him.
Just about. Kind of has to bunch his wings up.
And then he's going to breath attack because it's a bit of a tight space.
It is a bit of a tight space. I need to dexterity save, correct? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. That is a 5. And that is a 15. So that takes it to a 17 on one of them.
Reminder, if it's the one closest to the door, it still has an X.
That's the one that failed anyway, so...
Okay.
Okay. How much
So
damage?
But it's 2d4 with lightning. Yeet.
5 points of damage. Not bad.
I would like to use Infused Strikes, but it's a bit of a tight space for it. Which
Okay.
That's Kazma.
That's Kazma? Alright. Next up... My pretties. My pretties. The next one is going to once again... No, it got lightning struck by Kazma, and you basically didn't do anything last time, Lying.
Yep.
So it's going to go
Correct.
for Kazma. That is a 15 to hit.
Kazma's AC is... Where the fuck is it going? AC is... 18, so it didn't hit.
Does not hit. Second attack. That's a natural 1. Both of these massive claws just scrape off these dragon scales. And it does nothing.
I can now make scale empty.
This one over here it is now its turn. Actually, before the other one ends its turn, it is going to use divisive action and turn the other one's bonus action into a tertiary action. So this one...
Sorry, tertiary?
Tertiary,
as
yes.
As in third?
As in third, yes.
Not secondary?
Not secondary, tertiary.
Because it's already done 2 attacks.
Okay. Prod, what is your AC? Your AC is 21. Let's see how this fares. That is a 10.
Solid start.
This is a 15.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a 22.
Okay.
I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution?
Mm-hmm.
Barely even Lucian. Praise be! Actually, I'm gonna use my luck.
Okay. You can
I have
go
a
right
feeling
ahead.
my luck will be needed here. So, I'm gonna do that again, actually. Whoocha! Right. How am I gonna
Always
do it
the way.
twice?
It's up to you.
Is this more important to you than when I was learning to fly?
No, not really. Hit me, baby!
Okie dokie. You
I
take
thought I was both.
Those are D8s.
27 points of necrotic damage and
Ooh.
a point of exhaustion.
Okay,
As
hang
this creature claws in, sinks these needle-like fingers through the middle chest piece, the missing chest piece in the middle of your armor, into your abs, and you feel your life force start to ebb out of you.
on. Oh dear. Right, question. That DM would know. Does my armor have a resistance to necrotic, or did I just like invent that?
Let me check. Mortis armor.
I can never find it.
Nope, no resistance to
Nope,
necrotic. It does necrotic damage when you take damage, so actually I need to roll an extra d6 for that.
Oh well, I shouldn't have said that then.
So you take an extra 4 points of necrotic damage.
Should have reminded you. That's fine. That's 31. All right.
Okay. Lying, you're up.
Hey, what about my go?
Oh, sorry. Elfie, you're up.
I'm just gonna get hit and stay with it.
My brain skipped. My brain skipped a beat.
Fucking rude. Right. The one that hit me, I'm gonna go, ow! And then upon myself, I shall cast I wrote it down. Divine Favor.
Divine Favor. Okay.
Divine Favor, which gives me an extra 1d4 radiant on every hit.
Ah, okay. Very well.
So then I am going to continue with the divine smittage. And hit the one that just hit me because he's a bitch and I don't like him. So that is a. Come on, baby! Witcha! 26.
That'll hit.
And a 27.
That'll hit.
That's 2 hits, so that's you. Okay, wait, I'm writing it down on the post-it notes. 18 plus let's do that again. Plus 21. Plus 2 divine smites, so that's 4 of these, which are that's 24. Plus 2d4 of more radiant, and so that's an extra 4. So all in all, that is 38 radiant damage.
Okay.
And one moment while I do a little bit of maths. 18 plus 11 equals... What's 18 plus 11? 29. And 29 regular damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my extra attack, because this guy pissed me off.
Okay, go for it.
And I'm going to do the whole fucking thing again.
You are rolling with disadvantage, right?
No.
Because now that you have a point of exhaustion, you should be.
I did not know that. Okay. I'll roll again then. Which are? 12. 31. Fuck you.
And the disadvantage?
Wait. I clicked the wrong thing. I'm spinning the... Ignore this dice. Oh, you shouldn't have ignored that dice. That dice was great. Sorry, 1 second. Hacha! 19.
Does not hit.
Well, someone undo the exhaustion on me. That's pissed me off.
You did manage a decent amount of, like, fiery, holy death, but it is still standing. You cut into its clothing quite a bit, and you start seeing, like, underneath the clothing this sort of like insectoid carapace that is connected to flesh, which is connected to metal. Okay. Anything for your bonus action?
I already did my bonus action.
You already did your bonus action. Okay. Lying.
I'm an honest boy.
I have a small thing to bring up. Isn't Alfie carrying the Lotus, which negates any curse effects or exhaustion?
I am carrying the Lotus!
Let me check the Lotus's points.
I forgot about the Lotus.
Where did I put the Lotus? Where did I put the Lotus? I have so many files.
It's in the notes and resources channel as well.
I know. I'm looking it up now. Everlasting Lotus.
Any ailment.
If they spend a long rest with it in their possession.
If they
okay.
spend a long rest with this item in their possession, they will be cured of any ailment, including poison, petrification, or disease. That does not say exhaustion.
Also does not say in combat.
Yeah. So, no. They would... Exhaustion would be cured on a long rest anyway, but they would need to do a long rest for the Lotus to take effect, basically. So, no. Sorry.
Okay.
Is there a way that you can add exhaustion in the Tailspire character sheet, or nah?
You can just press the disadvantage button on your...
Yeah, you just press the disadvantage button, but...
There's a disadvantage button?
There is
right,
a disadvantage.
yes.
Yeah. You can do conditions, but they're just reminders. They don't actually do anything at the moment.
Okay.
So, yeah. Lying.
Which one did Prod just attack?
The one in the back.
From Prod or from me?
The one with the black base.
Okay, thank you. Right, so there's still... do I get advantage from Chasma, perchance? Maybe?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Yay! Okay. I will attack A. Hip.
That
26.
hits.
Hooray! So that is... Let's see, 1d6 plus 2 from the dagger, plus 7d6 from sneak attack. So that is also plus 1d6 from the hex for necrotic damage. So that is 9d6 plus 2.
Roll it. Roll the necrotic damage separately.
Okay. So let me just roll that first then. 4. 8d6 plus 2. Hit! 35.
35. Okay. Not bad. A decent chunk of damage as your dagger swipes across its masked face, stripping away the cloth that is over its mouth, revealing what might have once been a human jaw, but now has mandibles coming down the sides, and this sort of metal set of pincers that come up from underneath its neck. And it hisses at you. Goes...
I will hiss back.
Fair enough. Bonus action?
I don't really have anything for my bonus action right now, so I will leave it be.
Okay. Arcus, you're up.
It's me.
Is you.
Okay.
Is the man with the limp Eldritch Blast.
I mean limp.
I'm sorry.
Did
I say dysfunctional?
I'm going to cast 5th level twin spell.
Uh-huh.
Inflict wounds.
Okay. Go for it. Roll me an attack.
Okay.
Roll me 2 attacks,
again.
actually, since you're twin spelling.
Yep. 2 attacks. Here's the first attack. 22.
That is a miss.
Well, shit. Here's the second attack. 23.
That is also a miss.
Well, fuck.
You, again, still holding this dampening orb in your hand, you try and grasp this creature by the arm and force magic down through your palm, and nothing happens, and you're just shaking its arm really hard, and it's like, yeah.
Well.
Okay. Ingvar, you're up.
Yes, and I'm the idiot who's just realised I put the dragon right in the wrong place.
Oh no.
I will allow Kazma to move on your turn, if you want to.
Yeah, because the dragon can't really do a hell of a lot anyway at the minute. So he's just gonna direct the dragon just scooch off to the left there.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's going to attack the one nearest the door.
Okay.
With more lightning arrows, because that's what I've got the most.
More lightning! Yes. Very good.
So, let me just zoom out a little bit so I can roll the dice. Yeet! Well, 22 ain't gonna hit.
22 does not hit.
That, however,
but a
will.
natural 20 will.
Double damage, baby!
So that'll be 12.
Okay. 12 points of damage.
And then we're going to do it all again because extra attack's a thing. Yeet.
Go for it.
I'm
That
eating
will
with it.
not hit.
And that's not gonna hit.
That is not going to hit either, sadly. Okay. Kazma's up.
Kazuma's going to sit on his ass because he doesn't know what to do with himself.
Fair enough. He just kind of sits
Although-
down, licks at the weird goop that's been left on his scales from the massive claws.
He is going to get his breath attack back though, for next time.
Nice. Okay. My turn.
I know.
Kazma moved out of range, but you did do damage this time, Darren. So, that's a 13 to hit.
Nope.
Yay!
And a 12 to hit.
Nope.
Both of these claws rend through the air at you, but you manage to dodge swiftly out of the way.
I parry them with my wings.
Using its bonus action, it is going to... I have a couple of choices here. Using its bonus action, it is going to hex you.
So that's how that feels.
You are now hexed. You will have disadvantage on dexterity checks.
Oh, what goes around comes around, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Hex Girls theme song plays.
The other one is still gonna go for you, Prod. You've been doing the most damage. It is going to attempt. It is actually. You watch as it backs off slightly. The claws sheath, kind of.
Oh no.
And it pulls apart its robes, pulls away the face mask, and then lunges for a bite.
Okay.
That is a natural one.
I'm a bad dog.
You.
Tries to bite, face plant into the wall instead.
It is going to attempt to bite one more time. That is a natural 2. It charges at you, you sidestep, and it plunges it headfirst into the coffin. You watch as this mandible-like mechanism that is attached to its lower jaw thinks into the coffin's, like, plush interior, and then it's just trying to get itself free, but it's stuck itself into like the plush interior of the coffin.
Would you call it then grappled?
I would say it is restrained. Because it rolled a natural 1, I will say it's restrained.
It's restrained. So if I was to attack it with disadvantage, it would also have disadvantage against attacks, therefore negating each other, making my rolls a flat roll.
Yes.
Yes!
I will allow that. Nice
my
rules,
head.
lawyering. Nice rules, lawyering.
I'm
You're
sorry,
up.
I was really peeved.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Good. I know how to play this game. Thank you, DM.
You're up, Rod.
I'm still pissed at this guy. I'm gonna whack him
This
in
thing is over here right now.
in the back of the head as hard as I can, twice.
Okay.
So
roll
that'll be
me
a flat roll.
attacks.
I'm going to roll you attacks.
Roll me attacks.
Roll me attacks and call me Susie.
Don't call me
That's a
Susie.
16.
That's a miss.
It's a miss. That's another miss. Gonna do it again. Come on, baby. That's a miss. Can I just get one hit, please?
Ooh.
That's another miss.
Oh. As
Okay, that's
it's
fine.
trying to pull its head out of the coffin, it just keeps dodging backwards and forwards. It's so hard to hit. You just wanted to stand still.
That's alright, I
Okay.
still forgot my bonus action.
Go for it.
Bonus action, I'm gonna do Shield of Faith on my dearest Lying. So, Lying, you have
Okay.
another +2 to your DC.
That takes the Shield of Faith away from Librarian.
My
What
DC or
time
my
do you
AC?
act at the same time?
You can only concentrate on one spell at a time.
But it's not concentration.
Isn't it? Is it a spell?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think it requires concentration, does it? It says for 10 minutes.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Hold on. Shield of Faith. Shield of Faith. One bonus action, move 60 feet. Duration, concentration up to 10 minutes.
I am so sorry, my
No,
darling.
you can only do it on one person at a time.
Bollocks! Fuck.
So, pick one.
I'm keeping on the wizard.
Keeping on the
Sorry,
wizard.
keeping on the librarian.
I will refund you that
Good.
bonus action then. If you want to use it for
Don't
something
worry,
else.
there's nothing else I can actually do.
Okey-dokey.
I fart in its general direction.
You fart in its general direction. It smells it and passes out. No.
Please.
No. No.
This kills them, man.
Lying. You're up.
Alright. So I don't have a +2 on my AC, got it.
You do not have a +2 on your AC. No.
I also do not have somebody to give me advantage on this, so...
Oh, I could have.
Let's see. It's probably better for me to just use Acid Splash, actually.
If you want to.
So that's more damage than just trying to stab him without sneak attack, and it's easier to hit with. So I will do the old faithful, I will Acid Splash. That is a Dexterity saving throw, which they have disadvantage on. Because of Hex.
Because of Hex. That is a 4.
That is definitely not beating a 19. Let's see, Hex is, until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to the target whenever you hit it with an attack roll. Does this constitute an attack roll?
It's a spell attack.
Yay! Okay, 3d6 acid, which is 12, and 1d6 necrotic, which is 5.
Okay, so that's halved on both.
And I don't have anything else that I can presently do. I could move, but there wouldn't be much value to it, so... Turn
Okay.
down.
Darian, you're up.
Yaha. Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Roll 'em.
1 Eldritch Blast. 16
Miss.
does not hit. 2 Eldritch Blast. 16 does not hit.
God.
3 Eldritch Blast. 11 does not hit. I end my turn.
You're still holding on to that magic dampening crystal, and it is not helping you. It is not helping you at all.
I understand what you mean. Everyone's jealous of my cursed amulet. It's so cool.
Okay. Ingvar, you're up.
Oh, dear me. I have got 4 of them left, 2 of them. One of these days I will get to use one of these explosive arrows. Today is not that day.
Please no. Please
Not in
no.
this place. Not in this place.
Do not do a wizard.
Do not do a wizard.
Do a wizard.
I did kind of give the ranger a wizard thing, didn't I? It's funny. I like it.
I do have 2 freezing arrows left, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're going to try a freezing arrow on the one nearest.
Okay.
Oh. Whoop. Fuck. That one's certainly not in. And that one's not gonna hit.
Mm-mm.
And I've just realised I'm being added on this mark on. Whoop. Up.
Uh-oh.
Extra attack thing. $22 is not gonna hit. Nope. Nope.
All of you are not having a great time, are you?
I mean, thankfully, neither are the enemy. Or the enemy.
No, the enemy have been rolling like dog shit as well. It's fine. Okay.
Oh.
Hazma
Thank-
is up.
Who will still continue to sit on his backside because he still can't get in the room.
He's got fire breath now, though, right?
Yes, but I'm going to hit Darren with that. If I use it.
Darren will be fine.
I mean, technically,
nah.
from that angle, what, the range is 15 feet-ish?
I'm going to hit everybody.
Yeah, everybody would take 2d4 lightning damage.
Yeah, no. Kaz is just going to do a sit.
Okay, Kaz sits. Alright. Darren, you look tasty.
I'm really not. I'm very chewy. It's like a tin can.
That is a 22 to hit. Okay. So, you do look tasty. It's going to, now that its like face mask has been pulled off, it's going to go ahead and bite you. I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh
Real
boy.
quick. Oh, that was the wrong D12. Don't worry, it's just 14 damage. Not 100. Hold on.
Is it just 14?
No, I meant to roll a d12, not a not a d100.
How do you give your players a heart attack?
Okay. Yeah, that's 30 points of piercing damage as the jaw clamps down on your shoulder and you feel these mandibles dig in.
I will reduce that to 15 with my reaction.
What was your constitution save?
My constitution save has yet to be rolled, but it's a +0, so 13.
Okay, that does not beat a 15. Your maximum health is reduced by the amount of damage you took. Permanently.
What?
Mm-hmm.
15 or 13?
By 15. You reduce the damage, so you reduce the amount of health that is permanently taken from your... As you feel these mandibles dig in, you immediately feel small strips of your soul being eaten.
Oh, we're gonna have to spin around to that later.
As this creature uses Soul Bite.
Somebody get over here and give me advantage.
On it.
I also need you to... No, actually, that's fine. Doesn't matter.
What were you about to do? What more were you about to do to me than nibble on my soul?
I will give you a little bit of hope. This particular action utilizes both actions and its bonus action to do. It is very, very costly. Right. Next one. It is no longer restrained. Prod. It is going to turn to you. And it is going to do the same thing, actually. That is a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. That is 24 points of permanent health damage.
How does that even work?
Your maximum health is reduced by 24 points. And you take 24 points of damage.
Man, that means I worked really hard for that maximum health.
I will say, this is curable, but the Lotus will not help you with this.
29 minus 24 is 5, right?
105, yes.
Yeah. Bitch! I am going to expend a second level spell slot and give Bless to both the Librarian and Darren. Which means, you lovely lot, hit him! I can bless up to 3 creatures. No, I can't, because it's an additional spell slot, so I can't actually bless 3, I can only bless 2. Whenever the target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw. So, whenever you make attack rolls, add d4s.
Yep, extra d4s on your attack rolls. Okay. Prod, you're up. You are no longer rolling with flat. You are still rolling with disadvantage because it stood up and is no longer restrained. And it's currently digging itself into your neck, I guess.
Can I hit it with a sword, please?
Yeah, you can hit it with a sword. I don't see why
I'm
not.
gonna hit it with a sword as hard as I can.
Hit it with a sword. Hit it with
as
the
hard
sword.
as I can. No.
That is a miss. That is a miss.
21.
That is a miss.
25.
25. That is a hit. Roll me damage.
Fuck me, my dude. I'm gonna add Divine Smite onto this. So that's 20 plus 2d8 plus 7 plus 1d4. 1.
So that's
So that's 13 radiant damage and 15 regular damage.
Okay.
A little massacre of dice that are out here.
It's gouging its way into your neck, and you can feel parts of your being slipping away. But it's looking hurt at this point. It's not down, but it's in pain.
I just go, why won't you die?
You just hear chittering response that's slowly being mangled by the sound of flesh being churned up by metal jaws. Okay. Dying.
Right, so I just had a chunk of my soul eaten, and I'm still kind of processing that part here.
And you also have Bless.
And I also have Bless. Yes, that's my mark that down. I'm also hexed currently. Yay. How haggard is this thing looking currently? That I'm the only person fighting right now.
You're facing down, it's still pretty well on its feet.
Hell.
It's had a few cuts and scrapes, but let's just say it's not below 50% yet.
Oh, grand. I'm gonna reposition to the other side of it, which probably doesn't help me much at the moment, but it'll make me slightly feel better because I'm not moving at all. I am just gonna acid splash it, I guess. Again.
Okay. I mean, being aware that acid splash is doing half the damage it usually would.
More than if I tried to hit it without advantage.
It's up to you.
3d6 plus 1d6 is still better than 1d6.
Yeah.
I'm choosing the mathematical option here, so roll dex.
Well, it's 3d6 acid damage plus 1d6 necrotic, both of which are being halved.
So that's still 2d6 functional, which is
2d6
still
functional,
more than 1d6 plus 2.
Mm.
Take my mathematics and roll a dexterity save.
I have. It's failed.
Okay. Yep. Okay, that is 12 acid. And 1 necrotic.
Okay. You know, I was very close to making these things heal from necrotic damage.
Thank you for not doing that.
Yeah, we got enough troubles. Right, that's my turn.
Okay. Therian.
Okay. I'm going to use my spell Scroll of Chain Lightning.
Okay. Sure.
And just find the... Oh, before I do, though, I want to recall something. How many of these things did I see in this room when I came in with the bot?
You saw 2. Just these 2.
Okay, cool. I'm going to use Chain Lightning then. Let me look at what I need to do for that. I think it's just a normal spellcast, so it will be my d20 plus 11. Let's see, what do I get? Okay, plus 11, so that's 28.
28 will hit.
Okay, I'm going to cast that on the first one on the coffin, and I want to bounce a bolt to the other one.
Okay. Roll
And
me
that
damage.
is... How many damage? That's 10d8.
Roll me damage.
Motherfuckers. 46. I would like to use meta magic to re-roll a few of those.
Yeah.
Because I
go
have
ahead.
my advantageous one. Okay, so
Go ahead.
I'll re-roll the 1, the 2. Yeah, the 1, the 2. Oh god, this is gonna make math fucking terrible, actually. No, I'm not re-rolling it, I don't want to count.
Fair enough.
It would literally be, I would have to count every single face-up one and make sure I didn't miss one out of the pile.
Odd. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
I'm a dexterous lad, what can I say? My dexterity saving throw is actually shit. Never mind, and I'm rolling on disadvantage. I'm sure this will be fine. 5.
Sarian, what's your spellcasting thing?
18. Why? It's a directional target for chain lightning. It can't bounce to one that I don't intend it to, I don't think, right?
Yes, however, the first target you hit is currently holding on to Prod, and Prod is wearing metal armor.
Ah.
So, everybody takes 46 points of lightning damage. Prod, you take 46 points of lightning damage.
Were you?
Okay.
Am I taking 46 then?
No, just Prod.
No, you
Thank
shouldn't.
Christ. Okay.
I'm now 20 out of 105. My hit point stuff goes over to you now, Lucian.
Yes, it does. Thank you very much. Okay. It looks... The thing that's holding onto Prod looks like it's on death's door.
Are you fucking kidding me? That didn't kill it?
No, if you'd re-rolled some of those, it might have. But
I just didn't want to do math.
you just didn't want to do math.
This was roll 20. I could have re-rolled it easy.
Okay.
You still have meta magic you can use, so that's good.
Yeah, but I don't have any
Right.
more spells.
Ingvar, you're up.
Oh well.
You
I
can
do
see
have line of...
either target.
I was going to say, I've got line of sight on the guy that's chewing on Prod.
Mm-hmm.
I've got no freezing arrows left because I pissed them all away there. I do have 4 lightning arrows, so we're... Oh, but he's wearing armor. Prod's wearing armor.
Please, no more lightning.
I can try and hit him with a fire arrow instead.
Yeah, that could work.
I think the lightning only hit Frog because the thing wasn't
Armor.
actually touching them.
Yes, and because of the armor. Because of those two things combined, that's why the lightning went through the Prod.
So if I use the lightning arrow, it wouldn't go to Prod.
No, he's still chewing on Prod.
So I'm going to use the fire arrow just to
Fire
see
arrow is
Yeah.
probably a better idea.
if I can hit the bastard. Well, not with that roll, I ain't.
Ooh.
Not with that one.
No.
Oh, extra attack go. That one will hit.
That one will definitely hit. Roll me damage.
Hold on, I'm still rolling the other arrow.
Oh,
here, just
fair
in
enough.
case. Yep, both of them will
Both
hit.
of those will hit. Roll me damage.
Plus? No, not the plus. No, not the 100 mark, because that's on the other guy. Oh, there we go. Wait, no, hold on. I need to redo that. I can't. I need to learn to read. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not a D8, it's 2d6 for fire. It's still
Same
did
amount
the-
anyway.
And hold on. Because that's 1 arrow and that's 2.
Well, regardless, what's your play? He only had 12 health left.
There. Okay, so I'm going to shoot a. Right, if he's chewing on Prod, I can see his face. I'm going to shoot him right in the eyeball of the face or whatever area the eyeballs. You know what I mean.
You draw back your bow, release a pair of arrows as you can see this thing is staring intently at you over Prod's shoulder as it's chewing into his neck. Both arrows thunk, thunk into the eye sockets, and the thing falls lifeless to the floor. Prod, you regain half of the hit points you lost from your max
thank
HP.
Christ!
So you regain 12 HP of your permanent hit points.
Okay, of my permanent hit points, do I regain 12 HP as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Maths.
I would say D&D needed this much maths in it. So that's the end of Ingvar's turn. Can I scoot Kazuma into
Sure.
this corner?
Yeah.
Please.
Get him to face about that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he's facing at a certain angle...
I mean, at that angle, it's fine, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're going to use a breath attack on this guy in the corner. So, I've got the right bloody mini selected. It's a 16, and you need to roll a saving throw of Dex, I want to say?
Yes, dexterity saving throw.
Actually, that'd be a 17. I need
That is a failure. So, yes, that hits.
8. So 2d4. There you go. That's 2.
Nice. Okay. Next up, a flesh golem. Well, it's technically a flesh golem, but it's not really. It is going... Seeing that its companion is now lifeless on the floor, it is going to use its bonus action to disengage from you, Darren, and it is going to charge towards you, Ingvar.
Hello.
That is a 18 to hit.
I believe that was a miss. If I go and have a quick, because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Ingvar's is 19.
Oof, just about. Second attack. Failure as well. It charges towards you, this furious, chittering, clicking sound. Its massive claws out wide as it tries to swipe towards you, but you dodge backwards. Prod, you're up.
Lay on hands is an action, right?
Lay on hands is an action, yes.
Okay. You know what? I think I'll survive. I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna smack it with a sword 4 times, as per usual.
4 big boobs.
Roll
With disadvantage.
me
Let's
attacks.
go. 27 with a disadvantage,
With
baby.
the disadvantage, that's pretty good. Go for it.
27, and then I'm gonna do it twice,
Yeah, I'm waiting.
and then hello, and then 20. That doesn't,
That does not.
and
fit.
then a 13. That also doesn't,
No.
and 14. That also doesn't. Okay, sick. Just once, but once
Just once.
is better than nonce.
True.
So that's 19 plus 2d8. No, 4. Plus another 1d4. 1. Gorgeous. So that is maths. 10 radiant damage and 14 regular damage.
Okay. You slash across this thing's back as it races towards Ingvar. It's looking hurt. It's looking hurt.
I'm going to. If I sort of back up, will I invoke a attack of opportunity?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll stay where I am.
Okay. Lying.
Yes. I definitely get advantage if I move behind the thing. Pardon me. Excuse me. Yeah, good. Okay.
Thanks.
Right. Advantage, town, population, B. Plus the D4. $21 is not going to do it, even with bless.
Nope. Sorry.
Dang it. I'll hold my bonus action just in case.
Okie dokie. Arcus.
Three big booms in the form of Eldritch Blast once again.
What are the
Give it a go!
Best not miss!
With a D4.
First big boom with a D4. 11 plus D4. That can't even hit in the maximum, so I'm not even gonna bother. Another big boom. 24 plus D4, but it will hit.
D4.
So it's fine. Okay, so one hit. Let's see what the last one holds for us. That will also hit regardless of the D4.
Hey!
Yay, 2 big booms. So that's 2d10 damage, I believe. Let me just double check.
Okay, why did my speakers just
Yes.
turn the lights back on?
Wait, also I have Eldritch Spear, I believe. Have I forgotten about something? I think I may have. 1 second. Yes, I add my Charisma modifier to damage. That's what I was forgetting. So that would be... Oh, plus 6 to damage for each of those. So plus 12 total. Okay, so I got 6. I'm using Meta Magic this time. And I'm rerolling both of those. Well then. Okay, 12 plus 5. 17. I hit 17 damage. After all of that.
Okay. Ingvar. You're up.
Oh, fantastic. He's right in my face, isn't he?
He's very much right in your face. You can see the mandibles clicking. There's this little drips of greenish liquid that are slowly drizzling out of its metal mouth.
Lovely.
Wonderful. Well, he's too close to hit with a bow, so he's going to go for it with one Cerberus Filial.
Hmm?
Okay. That's the dragon. 24. So that
24
one
will hit. Just.
It's not a Dublin bow, so if you don't need to roll again. 1d10 plus... just plus 3 apparently. So that's 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Extra
we
attack?
do an extra attack. There's a lot of dice around. Oh my god. That ain't gonna hit.
No, that does not hit. You bring out your flail, swing it, whack across the face once, and you try and bring it back again, and one of its hands comes up and catches the end of the flail in its claws. It's very hurt. It's very hurt. Asma's up.
Hold on. Oh god. Turn, you bugger. In fact, forget the flippin' breath, because wait, hold on, we will to get that back just in case. Oops, flying dice. I got the breath back, but there's too cramped in here. There's too many people against the door, so he's just going to try and take a great chunk of bite out of it, out of his arse.
Go for it.
Buttocks.
Nom 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 nom.
More dice, because we need more on this board, apparently.
Wood flash golem.
Oh Jesus! I just zoomed out.
I haven't zoomed out. Oh my fucking hell!
I said it was a massacre of dice.
They
It really
stretched to the
is.
horizon. Oh, right.
Good grief. I'll have to clean
I've
that
been
up.
cleaning mine up.
I've been cleaning up the ones I can see.
They
Oh.
literally stretched
the ship
the
of dice.
horizon. Jesus Christ. Oh.
Okay.
No. No hit.
Hmm?
Kazma didn't bite.
Okay.
It was only a 3.
Alright. It's the construct's turn.
Oh, fantastic.
That is a 20 to hit.
Hit who?
You.
Oh, that hits.
Okay. I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Constitution. Where the hell's the Constitution on this thing?
Nick Cage has it.
Oh, that's not a dice, so I've got no idea what that was. That's the dragon! But 18.
Okay. You take 12 points of damage and do not take permanent health damage.
Nice. That's 73, 85.
Okay. Rod, you're up. Everybody's in the way. You might be able to lean over and stab.
Can I jump and stab? For I have very good athletics.
I will allow you to roll an athletics check to jump and stab.
Yay!
That sounds like something FDs
If you fail,
It's a
you will
rare
go
treat.
prone.
What not rare treat?
Do I have this on disadvantage?
Yes.
Oh. Come on, baby. 24, motherfucker!
24 athletics. You leap up, bring your swords down for a strike, and you roll what exactly?
So hang on. Do I hit or am I rolling to hit?
You are rolling to hit.
I'm rolling to hit twice.
Mhm.
Rolling to hit twice. 21. Shit. Doing it
Not
again.
quite.
Fuck. 12.
You still have an extra attack.
I'm gonna do it again.
I think Bobby
you
worried
don't
about
need
this.
to do athletics for this one.
Please.
Oh my
In-
god! You're just you leap up, try to bring your swords down, and there's a dragonborn in the fucking way.
How do you do this, Darren? I don't understand.
Lion, you're up.
Alright. Guessing I get advantage, so here we go again.
You get advantage, yes.
Yep. 28.
That'll hit.
Okay. 1d6 necrotic. 8d6 plus 2 main damage.
Roll.
Necrotic is 5.
Mm-hmm.
Holy fuck.
Why do you think I was cleaning them up? 27 total. Plus the whatever the 5
Okay.
came.
So, here's
Oh,
something interesting.
It's a bomb, isn't it?
No, it's not a
no.
bomb. The bomb's somewhere else.
Girl called it like an hour ago.
Okay, so the necrotic damage gets halved, so that goes to a 2. That means your total here is 25 plus 2. That's 27. This thing has exactly 27 health. What's your play?
I'm gonna cut its freaking head off.
Okay. You lunge forward, pull out the returning dagger, grab the back of its hood, pull backwards away from Ingvar, slide your knife across its throat, and carve, and carve, and carve, and rip the head clean off its body. You see a sparking metallic spine slump forward as you pull the head back, its mandibles swinging wildly, loosely, with no muscle power, as the head hangs limply in your hand. You regain half the hit points it stole from you.
Yay! Half.
So that's half. So
I lost
I
15, so is that 7
I will
or 8?
give you 8. Because I'm a kind DM.
I'm was an extra doubt after today, but there you go.
Are we out of combat now?
You are
I
out
hope
of combat.
so. We're building an
As-
ocean out of polygons at the moment.
As the second creature slumps to the floor, headless in the corridor, this yellow ichor pus-like liquid flowing from the stump where its head used to be. Combat is concluded.
Fuck. Well, that was a bit of a shit show. I immediately heal myself 20, and then I ask if anyone else wants healing.
Ow.
Right,
I'm
you.
here for now.
I feel
give
diminished
Darren,
weirdly in some way, but also I'm in a lot of pain.
Darren, I give you 20 HP. Lay on hands. I give you a little back massage.
Ah, I don't know that was made from those muscles, but it'll work.
Yes. I'm a no. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. This is a public stream. This is a public stream.
It's on my channel.
We've
It's 18
had
plus.
we've had much worse said on this stream.
Yeah.
By the host, no less.
Indeed.
Alright, so we've got these two fuckers' bodies. Let's leave them in the room with the rest of the chaos. We'll go and find the captain and explain exactly what happened as much as we can. And I turn around and try and identify where that guy was who had killed Hope in the first place.
Axel, he's hiding behind the mast out here.
Okay.
Like, just
Axel?
hiding.
Axel?
Yeah? What
Yeah,
the fuck are those?
Unsure. You have never committed a murder in your life, right? I nod.
He nods a little.
Yeah.
He's like, no, never. I wouldn't hurt a fly.
You wouldn't have had a fly. The guys who killed Hope were these guys, right? Because they've got claws and stuff.
I mean, I didn't see it, but if you say
evidently.
so.
Evidently. And they've been hiding here and keeping the captain hostage. How terrible. I'm really glad us plucky young adventurers helped everybody out.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Alright, I've got advantage because of actor, so do I roll it as a flat?
You roll it as a flat, yes.
Okay. Persuasion. Come on, dice. Be kind to me. I still do have 2. Yeah, I'm gonna use my luck again. I have 2 more luck.
The DC for this isn't that high, I will say.
Don't care. 10.
10 will do it.
10.
Like, the DC is basically to convince Axel of the idea, basically. It's like, he's like, yeah, all right. That's fine. And yes.
Yes. Everyone else is in agreement?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, let's go talk to the actual captain.
Right, he was here.
Okay.
Ainvar just
Leave
turns
the
around real
bodies
quick.
in the room.
Ainvar just turns around real quick to Arcus and just goes, "Don't poke anything more that's magical on this ship." You. Hey.
That's a really funny way of saying thank you for chain lightning the bastards.
Thank you
I'll
for chain
take it.
lightning the bastards.
Thanks.
Thank you, but
Fortunately, Crod
also
also got a chain lightning.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for that.
There we go. I had to extract the captain.
I love knowing that of all the dice that are currently littering this map, none of them include my rolls, which are some of the most high dice number rolls in this entire party.
God, there's so many D20s.
It's all of the disadvantage.
That's fair.
Look upon the fields where we were abandoned by the RNG gods.
Look upon the battlefields.
You don't get this.
Yeah.
You don't get this in live play.
No.
Don't get this around the table.
I mean, you can.
I
if
wouldn't
you have
recommend
enough
it.
dice.
But, yeah.
If you have enough dice and
Yeah.
you're rolling individual dice for every roll,
If you used to play Warhammer, you might be able to achieve this.
God.
Okay. The 4 of you head to the captain's deck. The captain's cabin.
Is the real captain there?
The real
The real
captain
captain,
is
please stand
there.
up.
He's in deep discussion with the quartermaster, Joran. He's like, I woke up in a coffin. A coffin, Joran. Who the fuck puts a living person in a coffin?
Some really fucked up shadow monsters.
And Joran's like, Captain, please, I understand we've been having a difficult time as well, okay? And as you all enter in, Joran goes, you! What is happening?
I think
We
I'll leave
solved
this.
the case.
Thank you.
You solved the murder. You solved the murder. And the captain goes, murder? What fucking murder?
Yes. At extensive physical cost, we have managed to solve this case. Captain, to fill you in, there was a murder in the room directly where you were placed in there with an enchanted amulet to keep you quiet whilst it happened. You were then replaced with a manipulated individual so that no one would suspect anything was up. That murder was conducted by 2 horrific monsters that we have just murdered ourselves in mostly self-defense. Somebody tried to set this entire thing up as a death cruise, and I would very much like to go lie down, but that's the summary for you.
Are you still carrying the head?
Yes.
Yeah, you hold up the head. The captain's just like, fuck is that? That was on my
Deceased.
ship?
2 of them in the room that you were in.
Fucking hell. Necroneer. Never again. Never again. Last voyage. And Joran sort of turns to you, looks at the head that you're holding that's dripping this yellow pus, and he turns slightly green. Is like, oh.
I'm gonna leave that on the captain's desk.
You just plonk it on the captain. Okay.
I'll leave it, adjust it so it's staring directly at his feet.
He's just like, oh, fucking hell. Okay. Right.
You may need to present that to some authorities.
Oh. Okay.
We don't need to thank us,
you.
but we are taking the lifeboat up front. We are out of this ship. We are done. We have had nothing but hell since we got on this ship.
You call this luxury?
I wouldn't fault you. I wouldn't fault you for taking the lifeboat and just leaving, but that is our only lifeboat for the ship.
If that's your only lifeboat, then you are very understandard.
Well, it's not easy to fit lifeboats, especially flying lifeboats on an airship. That's not the point. I appreciate what you've done today. I really do. I'm happy to reward you for your assistance. I can't let you take the lifeboat, but we're headed to Necroneer anyway, and that is your destination, I think. So...
You literally just said Necroneer never again.
Last voyage, but I have to finish the voyage, otherwise I don't get paid.
Okay.
Oh,
well, let us have a pit stop on the way then, where we...
If you can drop to about 500 feet altitude, we can get off on our own.
Yeah, we can. Sorry.
God
We
damn
can
it.
do that. we can do that. Yes, that is not an issue. That is not a problem. There's a small village. Where are we now? Right now, Joran. And Joran's like, we're about a day and a half away from Necroneer, so there's a little town of Ashfold. That's about a half day's journey away. Yes, that would be the best place. And the captain's like, Ashfold, great. Right, look, I appreciate your service. Is there anything I can do to, other than dropping you off?
You guys can ask for whatever you like. I am going to get a drink. And Prod, you're coming with me.
Yeah. Second that. Oh, someone else can clean up that fucking mess. I go down with...
You go down to the bar with not Ingvar, with Darren. Right.
Notorious drinkering, but...
Yep. The bar, which is right next to your rooms, as a matter of fact. There we go.
I'm gonna go hide in the room for a bit.
Ingvar, librarian? What are you two doing?
Ingvar's gonna go take a nap.
Ingvar goes to take a nap.
Gonna take a short rest.
Okay. So Ingvar takes a nap. Librarian takes a short rest. When it's early morning when the fighting happened. At some point... Oh, that's the captain. That's not Casper. At some point...
Arcus has been promoted.
At some point in the early morning, there's a shriek as the open door is found with a headless corpse lying.
I did say I closed it with the guys inside.
Oh, okay, you closed it.
Yeah,
So
that did happen. Yes.
you closed the door. Someone you hear people whispering as people go back and forth because there's this massive puddle of yellow pus that's just seeping out from under the door, from where the corpse first fell and then got dragged back in.
And a light trail all the way up to the captain's office.
And you see people like talking amongst themselves. Eventually the captain comes down, clears some stuff up, tells people to go back to their cabin, says there's just a leak, one of the cargoes leaked, keeping everyone calm. And then the captain, like, you see the captain open the door to Mr. Hope's room, look in, turn completely green and lock it and leave. You have the rest of the day to do whatever you might wish to do. You are out of the murder mystery action initiative, so you can do whatever you like for the next few hours.
I'm gonna have a conversation over some whiskey with Broad.
Okay.
Yes, I agree to this. Can we have a human player bio break? I really need to pee.
Yes. We will take a human player bio break. We will finish up this scene, and then we will end. So everybody, go take a quick bio break. We will be back in about 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Also, I'd like to do a little thing in my room after my short rest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, if you want to do that now, or do you want to take a bio break as well?
I'm okay to do that now.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Okay, so with my refreshed spell slots, I want to use the spell... what was it called again? Contact Other Plane to communicate with the library.
To communicate with the library. Okay. So...
It does have a living heart, doesn't it?
There's some stuff going on there. I need to very quickly...
This is a spell typically given to warlocks to communicate with their patrons.
Yes, and that is technically what you're doing. I just need to double check I need to double check how this interaction is going to work. Essentially.
I do also need to roll for it, apparently.
Contact Other Plane. Cast time 1 minute, range self, components verbal, duration 1 minute. You mentally contact a demigod, the spirit of a long-dead sage, or some other mysterious entity from another plane. Contacting this extraplanar intelligence, constrain or even break your mind. When you cast the spell, make a DC 15 intelligence saving throw. On a failure, you take 6d6 psychic damage and are insane until you finish a long rest. Delightful. While insane, you can't take actions, can't understand what other creatures say, can't read, and speak only in gibberish. A greater restoration spell cast on you ends this effect. On a successful save, you can ask the entity up to 5 questions. You must ask your questions before the spell ends. The DM answers each question with one word such as yes, no, maybe, never, irrelevant, or unclear. If the entity doesn't know the answer to the question, if a one-word answer would be misleading, the DM might instead offer a short phrase as answer. Okay. Roll me a DC 15 intelligence saving throw.
Woohoo! Can I get advantage because my patron likes me?
No.
Okay.
Let me put it this way. Your patron is actively attempting to stop you from returning to the library. So no.
Yeah, which is why I did this instead of using my teleport.
Still no.
Wow. Okay. 15 and save throw. $13. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Are you still blessed?
Yes, I think.
I will allow you
How
to
long
use
blessed
the
lasts?
Is that a plus D4?
Mm-hmm.
Better roll higher than average.
2.
Barely.
15. I beats it.
Beats it. Okay. You sink into a meditative trance. You cross your legs on your bed. You put out your hands, and orange glyphs start to appear in front of you. It takes but a moment, and suddenly you're staring into what at first you think is a mirror that you summoned into existence with this glowing orange border. But then you realize it's not a mirror, it is a pale silver eye with a large pupil that slowly turns to look at you. And this voice, that is layers of voices, one deep echoing, speak, 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 speak. Ask your questions.
Not Julia?
The answer you get
That was
back,
not a question.
it is a question technically, but if you don't want to phrase it as a question, I will.
I was not intending to phrase it as a question. I was saying this in remark.
Okay, that's fine.
Where's Julia?
The answer you get back is mixed. Because where is very subjective, and who is also very subjective. So, what you essentially get back is a jumble of different answers, of which the answer is here, the library, within me, outside of me, as one. Like, there's all of these different answers, but they all technically mean the same thing, just from different aspects of it.
What's the creature roaming your halls?
Hey. Ooh. Limits of the spell. One word answers. The answer you get back is dangerous.
What is its weakness?
You get 3 separate answers back on this question. 3 separate voices telling you similar but different things. One says controller. One says sanity. And one says existence.
Okay.
They are technically the same answer to the same question, but again, from different facets.
How safe is the library right now?
Again, you get the word dangerous. This is something they seem to all agree on.
What would I need to do to restart the summer reading program?
These are one-word answers.
I know! Isn't that fun?
Die.
Not kill, but die. Interesting.
The eye mirror closes. The portal vanishes. And you are left staring at an empty wall. Over at the bar...
Rod has 2 very fruity little cocktails in each hand, and is slumped vivaciously over a couch.
A la paint me like one of your French girls style.
Allah, I've just been in a very hard battle where someone bit my abs.
Yeah, okay. Darren, you take the couch opposite?
Yep, I've got a whiskey.
You've got a whiskey.
Fantasy whiskey, whatever the equivalent
I've got a
is.
stirry.
Insight check on Prod.
Roll
One
me an
last
insight
time.
check. Prod, roll me a persuasion or deception check. With advantage
I'm gonna
because
roll a
of your
persuasion.
attribute.
7,
Oh, no,
that
not
one.
with advantage, actually, because we roll it flat.
Yeah. That's 19.
You
Don't know what I'm meant to persuade.
nothing.
I got
Prod
nothing.
is drunk and
No, I'm not drunk, darling. I'm melodramatic.
tipsy and melodramatic.
Barely even started drinking yet.
I just have tiny little sips. There's a straw coming out of one, and the other one has a little umbrella.
Holding both in both hands, one up here, one down here.
Yes, this one's my shot, and then this one's the chaser.
Oh, I see.
But they're both equally as alcoholic as each other.
Oh god. Darren.
Bro, I feel like I'm not getting something here. There has been something bothering me since we all visited the bathhouse before the trip. And I've had some we've all had some weird experiences on this ship, but I've had a few extra ones that are...
You were the one to tell me that you didn't want anything to happen.
And I stand by that, but I think right after that you said something that I have yet to fathom what the hell you were talking about. And it seems like there might be some gaps in my information, because I definitely slept with, I think, a dude, but kind of not on this trip. And what did you mean when you said that it was good that I was affirming your gender?
Was the other Dragonborn a little trans twink? Oh, I get it. Anyway.
I don't understand any of those words after Dragonborn. The rest of that, yes, but...
Twink means... Well, I guess most Dragonborns are hairless. Um, trans. You don't know what trans is? Okay, but apparently not. Well, I was not always Prodigious Maximus. Well, I mean,
Really?
I was called Prodigious Maximus from birth.
Oh.
But it wasn't Maximus. It was Maximilia. And I couldn't do with that. I really couldn't do with that. It was grim. They put me in, like, obviously the girls' classes for everything. I hated it. Negative a million. And then I just sort of got it eventually. I'm not, I wasn't a girl, even though I was born one. But girl half orcs aren't really much different from boy half orcs, so I didn't really get it. And then I think I was maybe, what? I must have been just getting to puberty and I realised, oh, fuck this, I don't want to be a girl. And went up to...
Sorry, you're gonna have to highlight that. What is puberty?
Oh, it's a thing that most species go through where you sort of grow more into the gender that you're assigned as.
There's like a prototype stage, essentially?
Yeah. Prototype. Like, kind of like an egg, but instead of being in a shell, you're just wandering around. Basically, puberty happens where girls grow tits. And I didn't want the tits. So I got them chopped off. That's what these scars are.
That's what those are?
Lifts up the metal plating to show off these massive scars underneath their pecs.
No. Hang on. I've seen those scars before. You get stabbed like every couple of days, as far as I've known you. Are those not just like weapon marks?
Well, would a surgeon's needle count as a weapon?
I have literally seen you stabbed in the abs like twice in the last 3 days.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us, especially me, and I'm the best. Yeah, I mean it does. I couldn't stand it, you know? And I was always Prodigious Maximus, and I was always joining in with, I don't know, guy stuff. And I was always part of the man group of everything. So I just became Prodigious Maximus. But I didn't really become it, because I always was it. This doesn't make a lot of sense, does it?
No, it really doesn't to me.
I was born a girl with a vagina.
A receptacle.
What?
Is that like a receptacle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
Like, a hole. You're a dwarf, you
Sure.
understand holes.
Racist, but okay, yes, correct.
And then I grew a bit and went, fuck that shit. And then went to some doctors and stuff, and I became a boy instead.
That's not possible, though. That's not a thing that happens.
Do you want to see?
The whole reason
He starts digging in his trousers. I'll fucking show you the schlong. It's made out of part of my forearm.
Do you unsheath the schlong in full public view?
Unless Darren stops me within about 10 seconds of me wrestling with my belt.
No, I'm wrestling with whole other things right now.
Yeah,
I'll
bring out the tip.
You unsheath the schlong. 11 inches of schlong just flop out.
Wait, so is that just like 11 inches flaccid?
Not a grower, mostly a shower.
Okay, right. Okay, well, firstly, good on you, good craftsmanship. Wait, but The Dragonborn, you said trans twink, I think.
Yeah.
They didn't have. He didn't have that. He had a preceptory orbit.
Ah, yeah. Some people don't. I also have a receptory. I got 2 of each. Well, no, I got 1 of each. Sorry. Um, some people get rid of it. Some people keep it. Some people do whatever they want with it. He obviously seems like he wants it. I think you're a bit focused on the genitals here, man.
This isn't. Is this just a common thing for
some cultures? Yeah.
Non-dwarven cultures?
I think in non-dwarven cultures.
This is,
It's very common in Callist. The theatre kids. The amount of trans kids in my year was insane.
I mean, I
think it's about 50%, to be honest.
I knew some theatre kids. Some of them would wear very tight tops and whatnot and try and look a bit slimmer for somewhere else, but that's this doesn't sound like anything at all in dwarven culture. And believe me, I looked. But it sounds very, very painfully familiar.
Yeah, because that's just what you did, but with, like, being a dragon.
I've done all of this because, as to the fullest extent of my knowledge, no other way existed. Was there...
Roll me a history check.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, history. Oh, that's a negative, that one. Oh, sorry, I'll roll it again because I'm on...
No, it's fine.
Okay.
No need for disadvantage on this one. You have had a few, like, dwarven members of the Church of Callist.
Yeah.
You've seen a few.
Yeah.
You know of something that isn't mostly spoken about in dwarven circles. Like, it's in like proper dwarven homes, it's not really something that's spoken about. But within the Church of Callist, the idea of ascending your own gender is something that does exist. And with dwarves, it's kind of a weird one, because dwarves call it resculpting. And a lot of the time, dwarven figures within the Church of Callist who would like to change their gender presentation disappear for a couple of months, end up in a cave somewhere, as far as you're aware. Don't really know. And then come back and they've got a new set of tits. Or come back without a set of tits and no scars to speak of.
So,
but it's not something you're very familiar with. It's just something you've heard about occasionally in passing. It doesn't get talked about all that much.
So you've never done any resculpting?
What?
You know, you'd hear about, like, the dwarves of Callist and stuff. They'd go off, find a cave for a bit, come back in 6 months with a new pair of knockers.
I've heard of people getting augmentation. We're not statues. Look, I'm well, admittedly not quite. We're flesh and blood. We're just animated from, like, stone and what.
I don't know how it works.
You can't just resculpt a person.
Yes, you can. Oh, Sister... Oh, what was her name? Sister Durandva or something. Oh! She came back taller as well.
So this is just something people do?
I think so. I think it's something that dwarves do.
Is there a lot of people like this?
In Callist? Yes. I don't know really about the rest. It's kind of a bubble.
I have, in 50 plus years, never, ever heard of anyone like that back home.
Well, is Callist back home? Like, do you have a temple?
I'm guessing the answer is no to that.
Presence. No, there's a very small church of Callist in Velestov, but it's not a big presence. Most of the gods worshipped within Velestov are dwarven gods.
I thought I was a glitch. I thought I was an error. I thought that this was just me.
No.
You're seriously telling me that this is just a standard thing?
Yeah. I'm really sorry that you thought you were broken or something. You're completely normal. Maybe apart from the dragon thing. I think the dragon thing's a bit interesting, but honestly, I stand by it. It's a solid approach.
I nearly died so many times figuring out how to do this. And you're telling me that there's a cave I can just go to?
I don't know if it's a cave. Maybe just I don't know.
You're telling me I can just walk into a cave and do all of that and I didn't have to do any of this?
Unknown. But I think if you find the right dwarves to talk to, next time we're near a big temple of Callist, maybe you'll get some answers there. But you're not broken, and you've never been broken, and everything that you've done is all right. You know that, right? Like,
I feel like I've just been pushing an extremely large boulder up a hill, and only just been told I was supposed to be going in the opposite direction.
Sisyphusy.
Barkeep, that whiskey. I'm going to need the entire decanter.
The woman at the bar looks up, goes, "Do you want two?"
Sure. It's
two it is.
A night.
And she brings over a pair of bottles of whiskey.
You just saved the ship. Hoorah.
So there's a word for it.
Well, we're called...
There's a word for me.
Trans, probably. But resculpted is what... Well, no. What would you be? Yeah, you're trans, right? Well, I'm guessing you were born feminine?
Yeah. That's what everyone said from day one.
And now you're masculine?
I'm not going to verify that for you right now, but yes. Though I think mine looks slightly better.
Hey!
It's a bit more modest. Little bit more modest. Couple inches.
Look, I was 16 and I got to choose the size. Please understand, I do kind of regret this.
I mean, I also kind of got to choose the size. I just didn't expect it to be on 2 legs.
Anyway... we gotta compare at some point. I'm sorry, I'm so curious. I'm so curious.
Okay, 4 more whiskeys down. Darren will pop it out.
Okay, we'll fade to black for that bit, please.
We'll fade to black for that bit. Okay. Ingvar.
And then the rest of the night is a blur.
The rest of the night is a blur. Alright. The next morning, you hear the captain tromp down to your cabins, knock on the door. He informs you in no uncertain terms that they are going to be landing at Ashfold in about an hour. And then Ingvar, he hands you a small chest and says, just for your party, hopefully it'll help wherever you're going.
Oh, well, thank you very much, sir.
In the chest is 250 gold pieces each, so totaling 1,000. And 2 small magic items.
Nice. Thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. And he just kind of goes over to poke probably a very, very hungover Darren up.
Darren just sprawled out on a pile of gold, as usual.
Completely forgot to take the antacids, probably. So that's probably a pile of stuff.
Roll me a con save, Darren.
Oh boy.
Wowie.
You have to remind the DM of it. Okay. 3. How much have I lost this time?
20 gold turns into a lump of gold.
Ugh.
20 gold lump of gold, basically. Okay. You all... the airship doesn't touch down. It hovers about 250 feet above the surface of the landscape. As you notice, Ashfold itself is a very small town. Sits in the middle of the Ashfold Plains, which are what give the town its name. And the plains themselves are grey and desolate. The town, very small, seems like a trading outpost of some sort. But you do see, maybe about half a day's travel in the distance, the towering cliff that juts out over the sea that marks the position of the city of Necroneer. You all disembark, step foot into the ashy plains, and that is where we're going to call it for the evening. Thank you all very much for joining us this evening, everybody. I hope you had fun. I certainly did. Our players are a little bit worse for wear, but I'm sure they'll be fine on the next session. Thank you all very much.
They did have a kind of rest. A vague nappage, right?
A vague nappage. I will say, you all got a full rest. You got a full rest.
Okay, that's really good, actually.
Yeah, you all got a full rest. You're down a few max hit points. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Thank you all very much for joining us this evening, everybody. I hope you all had fun. I hope you all enjoyed yourself. We are going to go and raid on the Twitch side of things. Who's live right now? Who's doing something? Let us take a look. Ooh. Ooh. Cass is currently doing a little bit of editing. Let's go raid a Cass. Thank you all very much for joining us, everybody. Have a very good evening and a very good night. And we shall see you all next time. Some more Shadow of Sorcery. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.